What is up? What is up, everyone? This is your man VoodooClaps coming in with another installment of HyperX OUTcast Season 2 scrims right here, right now, man. Of course, we do have Pickford himself joining us right here. What is up, Pickford? How you doing today?
How are you doing, Voodoo? I hope everybody had their Valentine's celebration last night, kissed their loved ones, because tonight, Voodoo, it is all about blood. There will be blood. There's going to be heads smacked, booties clapped. There's going to be violence tonight.
Of course, there will be, like always, man. I am looking forward to some of these matches. I am pretty sure you were talking about before we started about a couple of changes that we have witnessed over the past week. Let them know
Yeah.
what it is about, man.
Well, if you have been watching, Monday and Wednesday was domination by SpaceX. They went out, they won Monday night. They won Wednesday night. They were up by 24 points over any other team. They roll in to Friday. They score themselves one placement point by finishing 18th place. Not only do they lose first place to the T for P, they're now in second place, 62-61 after dominating matches 1 and 2. Will they be able to come back and be that same SpaceX we saw dominating, or will they this fall continue and will Thirst for Points be able to maintain their number one spot that they currently have by only one single point?
Definitely, man. We're gonna find out that as well, and I have info about the fragger of the week right here after week 1. Trick coming in hot with 38 kills.
The King is back. Long live the King. It took him until Friday night to get that spot back. The man who dominated season 1 with the Frag Awards comes in, but you know what? He is only 1 kill ahead of Drago from SpaceX. Again, SpaceX had that bad turnout on Friday. Coming in 18th place, you don't have enough time in those matches to get the kills, but Drago's only 1 place, and then all the way down in 24 kills is Tryhard from Tequila Shots. In 4th place is Peep from Forsaken Gaming with 23. And in 5th place is Thirst for Points Smiley with 23 kills.
So not a lot of difference between the top 2 spots right there. Just a 1 kill difference. But Trick is indeed leading one more time in Season 2 as well, man. He is still dominating. He has been.
His ability to, I think his ability to frag out is a direct correlation to how well Pete plays. When Trick has somebody else that can get those kills, he does so much better. If it's all on him, it can become too much for him. You know, Jonika's going to be on his hip, making sure he's picked up if he gets knocked. But if he has another fragger out there like Pete, get those kills, it takes pressure off of him and allows him to get more kills in the long run.
For sure, man. We've seen this Forsaken Gaming dominate time and time again with Peep, Payne joining as well, Jonica and Trick, all of them really, really well-balanced team right there. They got really good synergy together. They know what the other is going to do. And, of course, Trick with those flanks has been really, really key for this team to succeed so far.
Yes, this team is currently in 4th place with 48 overall points, right behind Tequila Shots with 52. 2nd place, SpaceX with 61. And 1st place, Thirst for Points with 62. But this team, Forsaken Gaming, their problem is that they come up is they can dominate one match and then fall off in another. So they have to be able to put together match after match after match throughout an entire scrim to really get there. And they can do it. In Season 1, they ended up scoring 81 points out of a total 90 points you can score in 1 week to really dominate in Season 1 to get themselves top 5. They're currently top 4 right now. If they can frag out, get themselves a 1st place finish tonight, they can find themselves in 1st place by the end of the night.
Well, we will see how it goes. Speaking of the end of the night, we got 4 matches for tonight. Of course, being Monday games, it's going to be first match is going to be Erangel. The second match is going to be Miramar. Third will be Sandhawk. And, of course, we're going to finish it off with another Erangel match. And let them know, man, what do you think, which teams are going to drop where? I'm sure you know by now the insides of how these teams operate.
Yeah, you're going to see some teams are still trying to decide where they're going to go. One thing I want to see is where OUTcast Alpha is going to go. They're a team that it really hasn't solidified their spot. We've seen other teams like, say, Misfire Zeus going up into Yasnaya with Forsaken Gaming. We've seen Misfire Ares. They've been hitting Watertown a lot. Meta4 hitting military proper. 10 HP hitting those compounds outside of military. Aurora going down to Primorsk. Now as an IGL, Voodoo, you know where a lot of these teams are going to go. If any of these teams are worth their salt, they've already watched those VODs. written down where these teams like to drop and making sure that they're going to drop. The only bad thing you have to be careful for is those teams that try to drop in those areas where they think a vehicle is going to be 2 or 3 teams maybe drop there for only one vehicle. One team gets it and ends up running over the other teams. You've seen a lot of high caliber teams lose 2 or 3 players in the first 30 seconds because they dropped late, didn't get the vehicle, got run over by another team.
Right, we did see Snow in the first week's first match right there, dropping a couple of kills right off the bat. Was able to get that clip of the week as well, and looks like game 1 is on its way already. Let me just switch the scenes and we will take a look at what this plane pad does for the teams right here.
I tell you, it's gonna be about kills, Voodoo. I really think that the teams that can get the most kills are gonna be the most successful. I went through the top 20 fraggers. The top 20 fraggers are only on 8 different teams. We have, and to put it another way, all the members of SpaceX are in the top 20, and all the members of Thirst for Points are in the top 20. It's no coincidence that the top 2 teams have all of their starters in the top 20 in kills.
Right, so you're saying the top 2 teams have about 8 in the top fraggers list. At least top 20
yes.
fraggers list.
I mean, Forsaken Gaming has 3 in the top 20. SpaceX has 4. Tequila Shots has 2. Thirst for Points has 4. Just for Fun has 2. And the rest have 1 going down there. But only 8 teams make up that top 20. And those are the teams that we're seeing at the top of the list of the score. There's a direct correlation between getting those kills. You think it's all about placement because we're used to 2019 PMCO scoring system. But those kills, if you don't get the kills, you're not going to be in the top 5.
Yep, we will see if these people are able to make those kills or not. Taking a look at the teams right here, I am seeing Voodoo in there with OUTcast Alpha team, dude. Voodoo's back.
Voodoo's back, an old school season 1 player. You know what? I've said it on the stream many times. I think that original OG team of C-Dub, Voodoo, Brownie, Gold was a great team. They kind of, I think sometimes that they get a little excited with these big names, but maybe these names aren't. Maybe synergy and playing together, knowing each other is more important than the big name players. We'll have to see how this works out over this script today.
We will see indeed. Taking a look at the plane path right here, starting off in Lepovka over on the east side of the map. It's going to go straight through prison, go over shelter as well. It's going to miss Milta, miss farm. It's going to keep going down toward the coast towards the west side bridge, connecting Milta and the main island, and finally splitting Ferry Pier and ending in Primorsk's south side where the warehouses are. Quite an interesting plane path, really. I mean, there's a lot of availability down south on the military base island as well. I'm not seeing a lot of teams going down there yet, though. We know 10 HP will, however.
10 HP will be metaphor. I want to see someone's gonna knuckle up and go down to Novo. I know that people are looking at that, thinking about it. Are they gonna go down to Novo? Because if you go down there, you can get all that loot. But if you go there with somebody else, it can be an early evening in this first match.
It sure can be, and quite like Forsaken Gaming, they have taken over Yasnaya early on, uncontested this time. I guess the teams have finally understood that that is a place that they do not want to mess with, especially early on in the game. MO4, on the other hand, are on the north side of Lepovka with a split drop, just catching a couple of compounds over there. That is MO4 Black Team, if I'm not wrong, with Dark J, Elmamont, and Asura coming in. Go ahead.
You're right, sir. Metaphor is dropping military, but Oracle is also dropping with them. That's something new. They haven't actually had any people with them, but Oracle is dropping down. Metaphor got there first. Let's see how this works out for Oracle. And we have OUTcast Alpha jumping on the military side, up by the bridge. Maybe they're going to drop down there and try to camp that bridge for any teams coming up over that bridge.
Meanwhile, it looks like Lagodu got a kill off with Fist over there. I couldn't even pay attention who it was. Oracle with a really late drop for Notorious. He's gonna stop by on the north side of the hill and probably gonna fall back, try to get that compound, get a couple of guns and try to push in with the rest of the team. Vincent and Perk on the left hand side towards west are gonna grab a vehicle and move out of there, with MO4 getting the better of the drop. This quite will be the smartest thing they would have done right there.
And right off the bat, you got 3 teams with Chinky. You got Villains, Quackfu, and Misfire Zeus all taking over Pachinki. Pachinki has enough space for 2 teams, but definitely not enough for 3. Something's going to pop off there sooner than later.
It looks like Aurora were able to get a free kill right there. Looks like
Aurora down there with in their Primorsk spot with Hala, formerly of Almond from BDE. Probably have a set form girl rotation, so they're very dangerous.
And of course, we're looking at GME with their split drops as well. Ghost, Michael, Stanky, and Savage holding it tight for GME. Ghost Millie Elite right there. They're not too far. They are not too far from what I call aimbots right there. So they got to be careful. Aimbots, of course, being the previous or formerly known as OUTcast Bravo team. It's gonna be.
No, it was a
that's the Misfire
OUtcast,
team. My bad. This was the Misfire team.
They gotta be careful because GME can get themselves over spread out early. They get themselves in trouble. They've got the Misfire Ares team above them, and they've got the Autobots below them. So depending on how they rotate, they're split right now. So if one of these teams rotates up on them,
it's gonna be
in for a little bit of trouble.
It's definitely gonna be a really hard rotation for GME right there. As if they do choose to get away from Misfire and the Autobot teams right there, they might even push up north and run straight into the North Hampshire team right up there.
Yes, the New Hampshire team. The New Hampshire team it's Duke's favorite team, but they have not been having the best luck. They really need to get a couple matches under their belt, get some good points. It was a top 10 finish. It was back up in the standings.
Looks like OUTcast were able to pick off a quick kill on Juice Trooney from Tequila Shots right there, and they are going to keep moving forward after that quick kill. And we still have PK Raven from OUTcast still inside. And looks like Brownie with another kill on Tryhard. This time is going to run him over with the buggy. That's a two-piece for Brownie, back-to-back, both from Tequila Shots. Good stuff, Brownie.
And obviously, this is the Tequila Shots team we're going to be talking to after this match that is currently in third place. So they've already lost half their squad in the first few minutes. Still 24 teams to go. They don't want to lose this first match and only have one placement point.
That is right. We also are looking at MO4 Black team losing a member early on to another OUTcast team right here with Crispy Goose, Snuggle, and Chibi. Chibi, oh wait, this is the team that came in or that merged, right, from BTE earlier.
And
That's right.
This OUTcast Pro team currently in 6th place, playing way above their heads, coming out of nowhere and doing great, and all behind Crispy number 12 overall in frags out of 183 players. So Crispy coming off very, very strong. And Chibi was on the Potato Award watch going into Friday, but she didn't get a kill, so she got herself off that Potato Watch. Currently, the Potato Watch is only on horsepower from Team New Hampshire. Nobody's Heroes. He is currently 11 matches in a row without a kill, and he's leading the Potato Award so far.
Oof. Who's leading the kill award? The Cherry Topper Popper award right there.
That is a good question. I'm gonna have to ask the statisticians. I'll put that in the thing. I do not know. I think it was Devour but I'm not sure if that is still currently. Because still, I think he had 7, but I'm not 100% sure if that is still the record.
Well, that is something we have to find out after game number 1, but let's just focus down on game number 1 right here. 10 HP, quite unlike them, this time are going to be dropping in Novo crates. What do you have to say about that? We haven't seen that from them before. Well,
exactly.
not me so far.
I think that they trapped, they hit these little compounds, and then they kind of reconned over, saw nobody was in Novo and took it over. They're a kind of team that they either do that with main military or Novo. They'll hit these little compounds, get looted up, make sure everybody has an AR, and then look into the bigger areas, see that no one's down there, then they can hit it up. After they loot up Novo, they're gonna wait on either side of these bridges until they have to actually cross it. They're gonna be the last team to leave military, most likely, because they like to be the very, very last ones off, pushing the blue in when that forces them into the main island.
Well, they might be the last team to leave out of Millibase Island, but looks like MO4 have different plans. They are all set and ready to leave out of Military Base. Let's see which bridge they choose to go to, because we still have Raven from OUTcast Alpha team over on the west side bridge by the red zone, and Brownie's coming back for a pickup on him right now. So if MO4 goes towards the west side bridge, they might get caught. Doesn't look like they're heading that way anyway. MO4 is trying to make their way up towards the east side. They probably look like they're going to be driving all the way south, all the way around the hill, and probably come up behind the Novo crates. Could be a good play right there. They could catch 10 HP off guard.
And also, this team Oracle, Team 23, they also landed with Men of 4. They got out of there, drove across the bridge, but all that time it took for Oracle, Team 23, to move off of military, across the bridge, find some other places to loot, is time that they're not looting. It's costing them valuable utility time in this early match.
Absolutely, and we're looking at OUTcast Alpha team now all regrouped, now ready to get into the center zone. You know how OUTcast Alpha play. They don't like playing edge of the zone at all. They're going to pick up as many vehicles as they can, and they're going to drive straight into center zone, which looks like more or less the school apartments, but we'll find out how they play this.
Now, this is one of their smartest plays, but also one of their most dangerous. when they make this initial rotation, trying to push in center, a lot of times they can lose 1 or 2 players in that rotation getting shot out of their car. They got to be very careful in their rotations. They don't get too spread out because they like to take 4 cars. Nobody can fire back, so they're all just taking rounds. You see Brownie multiple times. I think it was all 3 of the 4 matches on Friday get knocked in the initial rotations, costing him playtime for the entire rest of the match.
Absolutely, it's a quite a risky move, but it could pay off really well. So I don't know if it is worth taking the risk this early.
And it's lovely. That is what they do. They're going to do that. Excuse me. They're willing to accept the risk. But like I said, when they run into, it looks like Brownie's running right into 2 of the members of Tequila Shots as he drives by. It looks like they're going to let him go.
Tequila Shots with two men down now. It looks like they're going to be really passive coming off of this early start of the game. At the same time, it looks like Misfire team has run straight into Villains down in South George. Let's take a look down here. What's going on?
This Villains team is hit or miss. Hoping if they're on their bad week, because Villains was, I think, 15th place after 2 matches, but ended up dominating on Friday, coming in there and pushing themselves all the way up to 8th place from 18th in 1 match. So they're currently in 8th place going into tonight's match.
We got some early shots exchanged. It looks like Baby got spotted by Villains Devour right there with a K9 6-time scope, almost taking that head off, but Baby will move out of the way right on time, gonna heal off. Baby herself has a M24 with the 8 times. Let's see if she's going to peek this and she's going to take this head on, or is Misfire going to rotate out of this position, get zone early on, and try to hold off Villains out of the zone as well, because they might be able to hold Villains off if they just push East Side Compound and let Villains come on in as well. But looks like Misfire, on the other hand, are going to be crossing over, going into North George and coming out on a really wide rotation into Severny Island.
I mean, Misfire team, and one of the cultures we push is you can't win in the first zone, you can only lose. So don't get yourself in a situation you can't win. And I know that when it comes to Outcast Aries, as soon as somebody finds the bolt action and 8 times or 6 times they put it in her hands, she is the team. She is the team leader, and she is also the bolt action queen. So as soon as they find a weapon of that caliber, they're putting it in her hands.
On the other hand, we got another Misfire team up in the mix, and they are in trouble. 2 men down right now. It's going to be Misfire Cal being pinched right now with Archangel, NAV, and Jack on the other side of the road. We still got Bocabra alive, and he will have to provide some kind of cover fire and some kind of suppressing shots down on QFU for Misfire's Cal to move out of that position.
This Quack Fu team is a team we haven't seen a lot of, but they're doing very well. They're already in 7th place coming into tonight. A team we didn't see a lot in the preseason, only a couple times, but they are playing very well in the very first week. And this is not a team you want to run into. Missouri wants to run into early in this match. So if they can, I don't know if they're going to keep this push, because right now it's 3v. Although they have both lost 1. Missouri is down 1, and this is what happens these early matches, that even if you have 2 quality squads run into each other, it takes so much out of both of them. Quack's already lost 1, Misfire's lost 2. How many more is each one of these teams going to lose before one of them wins, and how is that going to affect them the rest of the match as Nav gets down?
Bocabra with those Uzi shots was able to drop Nav down. Cal moves out right on time as Jack drops a bomb on him as well. Archangel still holding, dropping a couple of shots down on Cal. Cal coming in and getting caught, down and out he goes. Bocabra is low, down to about 0% health. He still pushes it. Archangel with the last kill. Down and out go Misfire right there. Quite a fair exchange for Quack Fu right there. Only losing 1 member of the team, but that might still cost them Quatch one of those important members in their team as well.
Probably one of their best players, and also it takes away from their utility. Now they do have a good amount of time because they have the circle to loot the rest of Pachinki, so that shouldn't be a problem. But again, like I said, you want to always have 3 isn't the worst. You can still be aggressive with 3 players. Plus, they've also got themselves a little bit of a buffer with 4 kills early in the morning, and I'm sure that this Misfire Zeus team this is not how they wanted to have their first match lose, getting only 1 placement point and 2 points total going into the second match.
They still have 3 more matches to cover that up. They might be having a pep talk after that one for sure.
Most definitely going to go back there. The team Bocabra is the leader. They have Cal, Gizmo, and Godzilla. All of them are great players. They just need to make sure that they're pushing together and doing the things together, as looks like Autobots lost a player. I don't know if it was shot out of their vehicle or what.
No, that was Red Zone.
Red Zone, oh,
Yeah.
even better. It's always wonderful. Red Zone is my favorite, especially the 4-for-1 when a
Oh my
squad
god, that weekle.
rolls
Oh my
deep.
god, that's so perfect.
Although I do not know why there's literally nobody around Rogue, so I don't know why someone is not returning to pick. Oh, good, Jake is coming back.
Oh, they were
Hard to
just
say.
waiting for the red zone to fall off.
Everyone just staying separate while Rogue is the one that gets caught in that zone, and they get themselves in this compound. One thing with this Autobots is if they want to hold this open area, one thing that they've been has been difficult for them is they try to hold, I think, too much area. When you're holding up an open area like this, I think it's just maintaining your angles and holding the least amount of area as you possibly can while holding all the angles. And if you try to hold too much of an area, I think people can sneak in and get past you and end up flanking you and causing a problem. But I think right now, the way they're set up right now is pretty good. We'll hold this just one side of the hill instead of trying to hold both sides.
Absolutely. Like the spread works, but if you're too spread out, it won't. Let's just be honest
Exactly.
about that. We got Team
Exactly.
24 fighting it off with Unzip right here by the Walmart compound, just about south or rather north of shelters. Let's take a look how this turns out for either of the teams. Some more shots exchanged. Mafia getting that knock on Brad though. Mafia himself down to 20% health. Some more shots exchanged right now. DP shots coming into play. Unzipped. K9 getting knocked as well. That's 2 back-to-back knocks. This is the time to push, and here they go.
But Dovath and Eddie are on the roof. I don't know if Brownie and Wadu, there's know where they're at.
Oh man, they've run straight into MOW as well.
But Eddie and Dovath of MOW are currently prone on the roof of the triple decker. I don't know if they even know that they're up there.
I'm not sure they do, but Dowa and Eddie gotta be really, really still over there because you can still hear those. You can still hear those crawls. And
Exactly,
that push is successful as well on TXS's part. Unzipped is downed and wiped early on in the game as well. 23rd position for Unzipped. They were able to drop a quick knock, but weren't successful in stopping that push coming in. It looks like MOW was spotted as well.
Yeah, they were. They probably were spotted. I guess they decided to move. You should take your hands off of your console and not touched anything.
And
so
here comes the nade. Oh my god,
Almost
almost catching those. Almost catching those. Dowa's going to jump down. Raven's going to be ready for that push. Is he going to come on in, though? He did make it in. Is he? No. Yes, he is. He's right there, Raven. What are you doing? Oh my god.
Oh, and Raven gets thirsty because of it. Eddie now gets healed up 100%.
Dowa moves out somehow. Jay missing those shots. Dowa's going to move into second floor, but he is down finally by Brownie. Eddie now jumps off the third floor. Here comes the push. Let's see what Eddie does. Pulling up straight on Brownie, but Brownie will take him down as well. That is it for MOW. I don't even know how Raymond did not see Dowa inside that closet, man. Dowa was down to about 10% health. He could have been dead with a sneeze.
Exactly. And now this OUTcast team down to 2 players, going from 3 to 2. In my opinion, Voodoo is when you go from aggressive to a defensive posture. So if we see how OUTcast plays, I think they're going to go into more of a camping defensive posture for the rest of this match to make sure that they're getting those placing points after having 4 team kills.
Indeed, they've already secured themselves quite a center part of the zone as well, so they don't really have to move a lot out of there. They do have a really good spot too. That compound has a good 360 eyes. They just got to be careful of the hill behind them. Other than that, it doesn't look like anything could be pushing them anytime soon. But if they do push them, they have to drop those shots, get those early knocks out of the vehicle. If they don't, they are probably going to die.
Well, you already said that the Unzipped team got knocked out early. That's team that's currently in 9th place. Also, that Misfire Zeus team currently in 10th place. So 2 top 10 teams getting knocked out very, very early in this first match.
Looks like this first match is going to change some standings as far as the season standings goes right here.
And that's how it goes. Every single move, every kill, every position affects not just this match, but this today's scrim and the overall standings. So every move, every kill, everything is so much more important than it was in the preseason.
Team 24 right here, TXS getting another early knockout on the OUTcast Bravo team right here. Snuggles going down, gets to get that heal off as well. Goose getting that pickup, and some more DP pre-fire shots coming in from TXS right there.
If you look at the floor of Walmart, it literally looks like Walmart. I mean, there's gear just spilled everywhere in this place. They've just launched stuff everywhere. I mean, you can't even jump probably right in there without stopping. I'm turning your auto pickup off because you're never gonna be able to move around.
Nope, not at all. That's one of my pet peeves, man. You ask for a heal and they just drop it right on you, and you have to cancel your heal mid heal, and the auto pickup kicks in. It's just dumb. It's just dumb.
Exactly. I mean, there's gear literally everywhere. But this TS team, top strikers, a team that was dominant, a team that plays out of South America. They come in here with an average of 120 to 180 ping because of the distance. So what they try to do is they try to minimize CQC battles, because that's really what affects that ping. They're going to take mid-range to long-range battles, firing together, shooting together, getting the knocks and the drops immediately, and trying to eliminate. You'll see though these guys really trying to take mid-range battles over anything else, and not having people push them.
Well, it would be interesting to see how that happens, because the zone has made a hard shift back down into the center of the map, and all the teams are trying to rotate in right now. Speaking of all the teams, there are 21 of them with 75 people still alive in the zone. And Villains Reclusives already down over on the north side of Pachinki right here, fighting it off against Oracles down in the center of Pachinki. We also have team number 10, T4P, up in the mix on the southeast side of Pachinki. So 3 teams fighting it off. Actually 4 teams with Quack Fu coming in. Jay's coming in from OUTcast Alpha as well. Brownie's already moved out of Pachinki. Actually, Brownie's just going to stop just about outside of Pachinki, inside the sniper tower, not giving away his position, not taking any battles. The smarter play right there by Brownie. Jay should have held back as well. He's getting a little too up close with Quack Fu right there.
And surprisingly, nobody was over on the church side of Pachinki or on that far side. Even though there's a lot of teams in there, if you can rush Pachinki on that far side with the trenches on, jump into a building and hold it down, and just be quiet. A lot of teams won't know you're there, and you can really be safe and get yourself healed up and ready. This is nobody is also in the compound right to the west of Pachinki. Or like I said, in church right now.
Brownie getting a quick knock off on Quack Fu's Jack right there, but he's got to be careful because he's getting pushed from behind by Dembasy as well. They're just about in the trench behind him, but I don't think he is aware of that position yet. And Jay now pushing up, trying to get that thirst off for Brownie. Let's see how he does. NAV is already in there. Nav is already in there. Archangel getting lit up by Jay right now. Almost getting caught, but it's not enough. Nav's going to fall back, get some ice through the window. Let's see if he's able to drop some shots as well or not. Or is Jay going to get that second drop?
With this new version 2.0 in this field, this is allowing Dembasy to really be able to be safe in the field because of the contours and the new trenches back there.
Absolutely, that little field would have been a nightmare for any team if it wasn't for version number 2 for Erangel right here. Jay's trying to get some smokes going behind him as well. Looks like a couple of teams did try to pop a couple of shots down on Jay. We are looking at SpaceX down by the twin warehouses towards the east side of Pachinki, and Dembasy out in the open as well down south of SpaceX's location. But it doesn't look like these two teams have exchanged any shots so far.
I think Jay's just trying to get back with Brown so they can rotate and make decisions together. He's going to be careful with Dembasy right there, plus SpaceX, we can see them. I think Quack Fu is more focused on these other 3 teams, Oracle, T4P, and obviously Villains, all up there in Pachinki proper.
I think SpaceX just tried to drop a couple of shots down at Jay. Jay is holding the shack now. He's not going to fall back all the way to the Brownie, but he's going to hold the shack and see if he can provide some support. These two players will have to play super passive and keep providing that support to each other because they're going to need a lot of it. Now Dembasy moving back as the zone is shifted back into Pachinki, and looks like Grandma is going to drive straight past by Jay. Jay holding his ground really strong. Brownie's still dropping those shots on the rest of the Dembasy members as they try to rotate from east to west on the Pachinki Hill.
So many of these teams are down south of the zone. They're all going to have to push up into this new zone and into a lot of open area. I mean, we have like at least 7 to 8 teams going to have to push in there. They're all pushing right now, going clockwise, rotating into the zone.
Absolutely. Right in Pachinki, we're looking at least 6 or 7 teams with T4P down here dropping shots against Oracle and Villains as well. That's a 3-way going on in between the 3 teams. And looks like Team 15, Dembasy, has decided to finally grab that church position. And this might be the key rotation they were probably looking at. With 8 teams in here, OUTcast Bravo's coming in as well. MO4's come in as well. And MO4 is going to come straight next to T4P. Let's see how T4P plays this. My iPad is lagging out right now with so many people in the zone. Misfires has come on in as well down south of the Pachinki Hill. QFU still dropping those shots.
They see all that. They're going to try to rotate around that to try to get in closer to the center.
Absolutely, but QFU's Nav, Quackfu's Nav has been taken down. Jack is trying to move back to get that pickup on him. T4P's down one member as well. Zeno and Samson trying to drop some eyes down towards Nav where they got that drop early on. We still got that fight with Aurora and Brownie. Aurora coming in just about on the east side of Pachinki right as OUTcast's Brownie and Jay were about to move out. Oracle losing another one down as well. They are now a 3-man team with Madara down to about 10% health. Just gotta be careful with MO4 FP now rotating out. Oh my god, what were those shots though? Look at that health on FP. Good stuff, man. What are you shooting from and what are you shooting at? Damn.
I mean, the Angels, if you don't have a perfect shot to take somebody out, don't peek, don't poke. There's so many teams. You poke your head, someone's going to see you and take your head off if you're Pachinki. You might want to just ride this out for a few more seconds until you see where this next zone's going.
Just looking at on ground right now, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 teams right here around the Pachinki area. And all of them are exchanging fire right now with Autobots coming on in behind, and they're going to be lit up from down below with J4F dropping some shots down on them. Forsaken Gaming right across from J4F as well, so they got to be careful.
All these teams up north have to push down with there's already so many teams. I guarantee you right here, Voodoo, you're going to see we're going to go from 18 teams down to about 9 to 10 teams by the time this circle closes.
Absolutely. We're looking at Forsaken Gaming fighting it off with J4F right now. J4F one man down. Trick already got down for Forsaken Gaming, though. They're down to about 3-man team and about 50% strong now with Trick gone. The top fragger of the team gone there. Half their powers, and they're going to make a smart decision to rotate early inside the zone. With this hard shift into Pachinki, it's going to be crucial coming in, because almost every single compound, every single angle you can think of, every single ridge you can think of has been occupied already, and all these teams outside the zone. We're looking at Autobots, we're looking at J4F, Forsaken Gaming, 10 HP on a wide, hugging the blue zone as well. TXS just about outside the zone. BTE is outside the zone. SpaceX on the edge of the zone. All of these teams are going to be rotating in pretty soon as well. Taking a look down by OUTcast Bravo, they're going to be fighting it off against Misfire teams as well. Looks like they already got a knock on Baby Biscuits, trying to get that pickup off right now, but Misfire team does have a really good spot right there. Short zone and just about the edge of the zone as well, but they got to be careful crossing over by that little trench right there. Crispy's already holding that angle. Chibi's looking straight down as well. Goose on the balcony is looking straight down. Quackfu's Nav gets downed again. SpaceX coming into the play, and they're going to be pushing up on Quackfu right now. Drago right below Archangel and Jack. Lagodu is coming in for the support as well. Right across is Junie and Hulk on the other side. It's a 4v2 push in favor of SpaceX. Let's see how they push this. TXS Mafia still dropping those shots from top. They've rotated inside the zone as well.
Now as it pushes in, there's some teams, the rest of the teams have to push in. This is the 5th zone. This is the last zone we can actually hold outside. Now they're all going to try to push in once. And you're going to see the kill feed just blow up. Lagodu
gets taken out from a different angle, though. Looks like T4P were the ones to spot him outside like that. And lucky for him that Junie's right across, and will be able to get that pickup off as well. On the other hand, Forsaken Gaming just about lost a couple of members for their team in quick successions as well. Looks like they got 2 down as we speak. Peep is down. Pain and Trick have already been thirsted. Peep needs a pickup and won't get a pickup because he's been down as well. TXS, on the other hand, have been taken out of the game. We're looking at 17 teams right here. J4F getting lit up as they come into the zone. Magic Fiesta is still alive for NH as well. Let's see if he's able to make it in or not. They are dropping that shot down on J4F, trying to get that wipe going before they get taken out by Playzone as well, but looks like they won't make it. J4F just about surviving those shots. Jerry and Hacks are down, and they're going to be able to get those pickups as well. Good positioning for J4F right outside the zone, but they got to be careful pushing in. That's an open ridge, not a lot of cover for them, not even a lot of rocks to use, and Villain's been holding off on that north side compound of Pachinki so well. No teams have been able to push up on them so far. Looking back down on the southeast side of Pochinki. Looks like T4P were again in a battle against SpaceX, and SpaceX have actually pushed in right close to MO4's BBC. BBC, is he the last one alive? No, he's not, but FP's been downed and he is gonna get thirsted too. So BBC is indeed the last one alive, and he will have a 1v4 up in his hands. Let's see how he plays this one. He's already been making some moves. He's already been inviting that push to happen. Let's see if SpaceX will take the bait or not.
He's pushing through Pochinki, trying to get navigate through Pochinki, both misfire areas and OC Bravo. Fighting it out while they're in the city, but they have to watch out because so 2 seconds before we're coming right through them.
On the other hand, J4F were able to drop a couple of shots down on 10 HP as well, coming out into the zone. Spicy getting knocked, but he did have support. Goldie was able to pick him up, and he's going to be able to get that heal off as well. But they do have to move into zone. Zone moving now, and it's going to be a hard push in the open area as Dembasy on top were rotating out of the church and got caught. 2 down for Dembasy. Waterboy, the last one up right now. J4F have made it into the zone. Jonica is going to go out into the play zone and let the play zone get that kill on her. Taking a look back on Misfire, they are deep inside the zone as well. They're going to be out.
18 down to 19, so just at 3 minutes.
Indeed, you were right. Luigi's going to be taken down by zone as well. TXS are going to be taken down by SpaceX right there with Lagodu and Junie pushing up hard right now. We're looking at T4P right across from SpaceX. Still up, still 3-man strong. Villains are holding off that north compound like champions right now. 2 kills for the team, but no other team have been able to push this compound. They've been holding off really strong, and they've already secured a 6th position at least, and they have a really good compound. They're not gonna get pushed still as all these teams fight each other, as T4P pushes up on Oracle, as SpaceX engages them, as Waterboy and J4F, Jerry and Hacks engage on top. Villains are looking good with all 4 strong. They are just going to be dropping that third-party shots in every direction right now. Perk, the last one up for Oracles, is being pushed up on by a 3-man team from T4P. Let's see how they play this. Another nade coming in from Villains. T4P doesn't look like they're aware of Perk's position up inside the closet, and they're probably going to let him be. SpaceX's Junie's still alive as well. Lagodu's made his way to the camper. It's got to be careful of Waterboy on top. It doesn't seem like Waterboy is aware of Lagodu's positions either. J4F as well. 3-man strong. Good position for them. Split out. Reclusive gets caught as he was driving into the zone. Hendrix will be able to come in as well, using that UAZ as cover. Some more shots exchanged. Looks like Hack was able to spot Reclusive and was able to drop him as well. DSK's Legends goes down from T4P. Junie and Zeno are exchanging some fire right now. Zeno will go down as well. Samson, the last one up for the team. But Lagodu gets spotted by Waterboy on distance, and down goes Lagodu. Waterboy is still holding it. He is still up for the team. But Samson might be able to spot Junie, and yes, he does. Down and out goes Junie too. SpaceX is out in 5th position. Looks like J4F got out as well. Villains with some good shots down on J4F were able to wipe them. Perk is still holding over there, still getting that heal off, trying to get that top 3 spot as T4P moves back a little bit. Hendrix almost catching those. Frankie is still alive, but he is bleeding out fast. Hendrix getting caught out in the open by Waterboy, almost dropping down to Waterboy. Now comes up, goes down just as he was able to get that knock on Hendrix as well. 2 teams alive as we speak right now. It's a 2v3.
If T4P knew what was going on right now, they'd rush right now. They have 2 of their players down. Hendrix and Frankie is just getting picked up. This would be a perfect time, but they don't. I think that they didn't see the kill feed and see who's up and who's down. Because right now, if they're able to pick up Hendrix too, they make it a 2v3. That's obviously not the situation they wanted. It's now DeVar goes over to try to pick up Hendrix. They had an opportunity for a 1v3, and now it's going to be a 3v2 because they didn't push right after that at the end of that last match.
That is true.
Legends now is going up there to fight, push up now again.
It's true, but it's still doable. A 2v3 is still doable,
Yes.
like Legends with that knock on Frankie.
With Samson.
Now it's Legends versus Devour. Devour goes down with those MK shots. It's a 2v1 in favor of T4P. T4P take the dub. Good stuff from T4P.
Never bet against Samson. She knows what she's doing. She is a straight killer. We'll be talking to her later. One of the best players in this lobby.
Absolutely. Looking at that little scorecard right there for T4P. Look at DSK Legends coming out with 9 kills in game 1 today, and Zeno and Samson coming out with 3 apiece, and they're going to take that kill number all the way up to 15 kills in game number 1. Villains out in the second position, 6 kills for them. We got Dembasy coming out in third position. Of course, Waterboy, the last one, holding it down for the team, and of course, leading the charge with 4 kills for the team as well. What a game that was, Pickford.
That was incredible. A lot of kills early, but I've said it once, I'll say it a million times. I want to see Erangel and Miramar together. They did score a lot of points. That is, 15 points. They got 45 points. How are they going to do in match 2? Are they going to keep that going? Because right now, all the momentum is in T4P's way. First place coming in here, winning that first match with 15 kills is amazing.
Right, Legends leading that 9 kill for, it looks like the whole lobby. Actually, that is the most kills this match. Of course, followed by J4F Hacks coming out with 7 kills. I'm just taking a quick look, peeking through, let's see if I can find anything close again, but it doesn't seem like Brownie getting 5 kills for himself as well. But I think that is about it. We got 9 kills for Legends. He's going to be the top fragger for this game, but we still got 3 more games to come, and we'll see if he's able to continue this little streak for himself. He's going to be the most kills in a day or not. We'll find out.
We'll get to see as soon as we finish up. So just to finish this up, as Voodoo gets ready for the next part, T4P again first place with 16 kills. Second place, Villains with 6 kills. Third place, the Embassy team that has had a little bit of issues early, coming in with 5 kills. Fourth place, Oracle, a team we haven't seen a lot of, coming in fourth place with 1 kill. Fifth place, Just for Fun with 8 kills. Sixth place, SpaceX, the number 2 team with 9 kills. And in seventh place, Misfire Aries with 1 kill. Eighth place being Top Strikers with 8 kills.
Absolutely, man. That was some match right there. We weren't looking. Well, I was particularly not expecting a lot of early kills, as we did see, of course, 10 HP with an unlikely drop as well up in Nova. We saw OUTcast playing edge of the zone for once, which was interesting to see as well. Some change of plans, some change of strategies right here, coming up into second week of these scrims.
Do we have, I've been told, Reddit, do we have the commercial before the interview, sir?
Absolutely, we do. We sure do. So we will be right back with an interview, and it looks like we are gonna have, who are we gonna have right here?
Broda from Tequila Shots, and they got knocked out a little bit early, so I'm sure that Broda will be full of vim and vinegar when it comes in here, talking about them getting knocked out early in this first match. The team currently in third place overall.
All right, we'll see you guys in a little bit. Don't forget to keep getting those tickets in, and if you guys see something interesting going on in the stream, make sure to clip that and let us know as well. Be right back, guys. There we are. Let's take a look if Broda is here or not.
And yes, as we get ready to get started, we're going to start up with the man, the myth, the legend that is Broda, the leader of Tequila Shots. First of all, how are you doing, Broda? I know that you had a little question if you're going to be able to make it tonight because of some inclement weather where you live, but thank you very much for giving us your time.
No, thank you for having me.
So obviously, in case you don't know this team, this is Tequila Shots, a team currently in third place, a team that was formerly OUTcast Bravo. There were some issues with players on OUTcast and Broda. He decided to push out and do his own thing with Tequila Shots. The success has been coming early, both in the preseason and the first week here. Not only is Tequila Shots currently in third place over a total of 28 teams, but Tryhard, coming into tonight was third in kills with 24, and you, Broda, are 13th overall with 17. So things overall have been going pretty dang well for Tequila Shot so far.
Yeah, we've been doing all right, trying to keep that consistency up, but this first game was a little rough.
Yeah, you guys had that early knock. Brownie, of course, what's insult to injury? Brownie come by running guys over. I'm sure it doesn't feel good that it was Brownie that hit you guys over.
They had a different split than normal. Whether they knew our drop spot or not is debatable, but them punching out Junie was not debatable. That's a fact.
So, hey, we've seen it before. People try to think they're being slick, but you know what? It all becomes bulletin board material. That's what motivates people to not go out there and play better. And I'm sure that knowing Junie and his that quality, top 5 killer in season 1. Oh, Trudy, I mean, top player in FBO. He's probably not going to appreciate that at all.
Trudy's always been a very respectful player. He wasn't mad about it, but I am a little aggravated to put him out like that. Probably not a good idea to make a past OUTcast member mad who knows all your rotations.
Exactly. So usually there is a little bit of like growing pains when you leave an organization, start your own. There's usually growing pains. You guys haven't really had that. You guys have come out just clapping right off the bat. Like I said, preseason you did very, very well. You came into the first season already in 3rd place. You know, only 9 points behind SpaceX and 10 points behind Thirst Points. How have you guys been able to have success so early?
Well, Mighty and Tryhard, we've played together since season 2. So we've all had really good synergy from the get-go. It was kind of a piece of cake just coming in and knowing what each other was going to do right off the bat.
Now, also, I want to tell you right now, make sure you get into the scrim. I want to make sure that there's no delay or anything. If you need to leave, that's fine. But I want to make sure that the rest of your team is in their slots. I want to make sure you make it in there too.
Yeah.
So, but I know, you know, Brody, you and I, we kind of know each other out of Scrim. You know, we talk a lot in our Discord, stuff like that. You seem like you're a really easygoing, laid-back kind of guy. Does that help attract players and to keep players and to play well over the long term by just not being so stressed out or toxic as you see a lot of players?
Yeah, we have a really outgoing, just really easy mood on the team. When we do bad one game, my teammates are always like, it's okay, we'll make it up, keep the mood good. We've never really had any toxic issues with a team. I have had a toxic issue with a player. Player.
Yeah,
but,
yep. But I tell you what, you've always kept it professional. At least when in our Discord, I always respect you for that. You know, but why do you Tequila Shots kind of formed at the last moment? You had your mindset to go with OUTcast Bravo. Obviously, you had to make a last minute swerve to Tequila Shots. You guys have had a huge amount of success. What's the future though for Tequila Shots? I mean, usually you guys just formed up very, very quickly, and now you guys have success. You guys, is this a long-term team? Is this just for OUTcast?
This is a long-term team, but you will probably be seeing name changes as we are merging into FBO.
Really?
Scotty's gonna manage us, yeah. So he's gonna
because are you guys gonna take over? Are you gonna take over the FBO tag?
We probably will after the season.
Because there was a big, you know, we saw that with SpaceX, FBO, and SpaceX had a kind of a group together, and then they kind of split. They were like kind of FBO, SpaceX working together. But now I know FBO is always in the hunt to look for great players. And if they've been able to convince you guys to join them, then kudos to them because you guys are easily a top 3 team. And you know, we saw with SpaceX dominating. And then but this shows them they dominate 2 matches and then come in 18th place in the 3rd match. Any team, and you guys in the first match, not having the match you wanted, but even the best teams in here can have a bad match, bad couple of matches, even a bad scrim, when the teams in these scrims are so good.
I think our main goal for tonight is trying to make up for the points the next 3 games so we don't lose our 3rd place spot.
Well, you again, Tequila Shots in 3rd place with 52 points. Right behind them is Forsaken Gaming with 48. And behind them is Just for Fun with 44. And as you know, Brody, you've been playing this for a while, is that each match takes on so much more weight. Each match isn't a set match. Each Scrim counts for points, and how does it go long term? And you really have to factor in all these factors. Like you said, going after losing that, doing poorly the first match, now going in there with the mindset of not losing our overall Scrim score, which is something you wouldn't have to really do in preseason or something like that.
Yeah, we're constantly watching the scores. Tryhard's pretty happy about having, what is he, third in kills?
Yeah, that is. Tryhard has been
Yeah.
smoking it. And one last question before I have this new theory now that it seems that the best teams, you can't have one frag. A fragger needs a support guy. And I've told you this, bro, a million times before. I think you're one of the best utility support players I've ever seen. You know, I think OUTcast really made a mistake by letting you get away, because you weren't getting a lot of quote unquote hype. But the support guy, the utility guy, doesn't get hype. That's why he's a support guy. And I think that you being there allows Tryhard to get those kills. Same thing with Peep being there for Trick, allowing him to get those kills. If you look at all these teams that have a top fragger, they always have another person, a support guy that's there to take some of that pressure off. How do you really feel that, you know, when you have a really high fragger like Tryhard, being able to maybe pull some of that pressure off him, get some rounds on you, so they're not all just focusing on Tryhard?
Well, we try to place Tryhard in a position where he can get those kills, and also he's not really put on the front lines. We don't throw our main fragger on the front lines, just like you would see with Trick. Yeah, Peep is an amazing player. Really helps Trick.
Yeah, I think that's the kind of the new meta. You need that great player plus 1A to really help that person succeed. I think you're doing that excellently, and I think that's one of your best skills, is just be that high level, super high level brains and support to users. And I tell you what, the fact is in the pudding as we go into season or match 2. So I'll let you go, get ready with your team. But thank you, Broda, for coming in here, and hopefully we'll talk to you again. Having me. And you'll keep that third place overall.
All right, you have a good night, Pick.
Well, that was Broda from, of course, the Killer Shots. And as we are ready with game number 2, let me just go through the scores real quick right here. We have the live scores for you guys on the screen. Thirsty for points, or as Mr. Pickford over here calls it. Go ahead, man.
Tasty for P.
Boom, Peen? There you go. There you go. Winning that game with 15 kills right there. Villains coming in second position with this great defensive strategy up in Pachinki Northside compound. They got 6 kills for themselves and that second place as well. Dembassy's Waterboy securing third position for his team with about 5 more teams fighting around him. So pretty good job on Waterboy's part for securing that third position as well. Coming into the game number 2 right now, it is already on, and we're going to take a quick look into what the playing path looks like right here. It's going to start off just about in the southwest side of the map, all the way down by Prison, or rather Val del Mar, really. It's going to go straight up north through Ladriela. It's gonna miss Monte Nuevo. It's gonna miss everything else all the way up top into north, and it's gonna miss Torre Ahumada as well, and it's gonna stop right there. Not a lot of compounds in the plane path right now, but a lot of options indeed. We got El Pozo within reach. We got Power Grid, San Martin, Picado, Water Treatment, all within the reach of the plane path as well. And if the teams do decide to go Chumacera, where no one goes, but if they do decide to go there,
go Chumacera.
Looks like we do have a team going down Chumacera, though. It is going to be North Hampshire this time.
Well, I'm sorry, we'll see them in the lobby. But this is, if I'm an IGL, I have no pressure. I don't care how good or bad I did in match 1. I don't have any pressure until after match 2. Now, when you get to the halfway point, if you're not on that front side, if you're not on that top 12, you're on the second page of the scores, that's when I think the pressure starts coming up on you. You really want to just, if I'm a team, I want to be 12th or better going into the third match. It gives you a prime opportunity to have a great match in 3 or 4 and really push yourself up. But if you're on that second page, then you're just fighting to get points overall. It looks like Trick is someone drop whatchamacallit with Picado? Didn't everyone get the message? Don't drop Picado.
On the other hand, we got Tequila Shots all the way up in Campo Militar as well. It's going to be Tryhard trying to get some shots down on Godzilla right now. Godzilla almost getting spotted, but not yet. Looks like a 1v1 right here between Tequila Shots as Tryhard and Godzilla. The rest of the team is way out there though. But on the other hand, Misfire is able to get another knock.
They ran over somebody. Who they ran over?
Broda. They ran over Broda this time. It was Tryhard last time, and they're gonna be able to get that kill off as well. Razik coming out of that buggy.
I don't think these guys have weapons.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
It's demolition derby.
Pretty much, that was a death race right now, and looks like Razik is gonna fall back to Truni, pick him up. Truni with some guns will be able to provide some shots down towards Misfire team as they rotate back into the zone right there. Tryhard will let him go as well. Misfire losing a member, and Tequila Shots losing a member as well. Quite a fair exchange, if anything.
Yeah, I mean, losing those first players right off the bat, we've seen so much in that RNG aspect. You drop close, don't find the weapon, find it. They both own vehicles, but they weren't able to get the vehicles in both both these teams, Tequila Shots and the Zeus team, both not finishing well in the first match, needing to score some points in the second match because they're both, with Tequila Shots being in third place and Zeus being currently in 10th.
I haven't seen this before in a Miramar match, but a lot of teams have decided to jump in the north side of the map for a change, because we've seen time and again a lot of teams dropping in Los Leones and Impala, a couple of teams in Al Azahar, but not a lot of teams take all the way up north route. Like we're looking at La Cobrieria, we have OUTcast Alpha up in there. In Crater Fields, we got Autobots up in there. All the way down in the northwest side of the map, we have T4P again. They've already secured a first position in game number 1, and looks like they have the same plans this time as well. They're going to take their time looting up, coming down from ruins, and not going to take a fight until later into the zone when they know that teams are probably beat up already. Probably going to be dropping a lot of third-party shots right now. Looking down.
I think a lot of these teams, they're so nervous with this lobby being so large. They want to be able to drop and get weapons before the fight starts off. It's so difficult. I don't care how good you are. If you land down nothing and somebody else drops on a weapon, you're going to be in trouble. As now it looks like Misfire, this is a Zeus team just rotated from bad to worse.
Absolutely, they rotated straight into MOW. What was that? Nade Achi. Damn. And another nade popping off on top. Let's see if it's gonna be able to. Nope, they're not gonna catch. Oh, they did catch him. No, Cal just got up.
Oh, he was
almost caught him. Yep, and now Bacabra and Cal are both gonna get pushed on. SpaceX's Hulk is all the way on top for MOW, providing some overwatch, as well as Dova and Achi push up close. Let's see what Achi does. He's got an AK with a red dot sight in hand. Godzilla for MSF, on the other hand, is providing overwatch on the other side as well. But Godzilla is down to about 50% health and is spotted as well. MOW's Achi dropping Godzilla down just as SpaceX Hulk was dropping some shots down on him as well. It's going to be a 3v2 against a Misfire Zeus team right now. Both these members not full health, probably not boosted either, and it's going to be a hard defense right now. Bocabra holding some angles. Cal almost getting caught by Achi's shots through the window right now. I don't think these teams have any more throwables. If they did, they would have been popping them right now.
Yeah, they're both going to be low. He was able to get up there with that Uzi, spray down, and then come back down.
Cal is trying to drop some pre-fire shots up in there, but doesn't look like he's going to be able to do much damage. He's got a Uzi as well. He's ran out of bullets. He's ran out of bullets on Uzi. No, that is it for Misfire Zeus.
There's nothing worse. There's nothing worse than just running out. I mean, that happens in those early matches. You just get you don't have the utilities. You get knocked out, and now Zeus getting knocked out early twice. They're gonna have to go back to the drawing board now and really figure out what they're gonna do in match 3 and 4.
Looking back at Team 19 and Team 7, MO4 is fighting it off against Unzipped Team one more time, and looks like Brad was able to get a drop on Freakish as well. Sparsely goes down from a wide angle. FP coming into play. User is down to about 20% health as well. He's got to be careful. BBC's got to flank himself, and he's pushing down on K9. Down goes User as well. Puddles is low, and there they are, spotted again. MO4 BBC with the last few kills as well. Great teamwork from MO4 surrounding Unzipped like that, and we're able to drop them from every single angle possible. And now Scarface coming down for the pickup on Freakish as well. All 4 strong is MO4. Not that strong right now as Unzipped.
Unzipped a team, I think 7th place coming in tonight, not having another team not having first 2 good matches. We could see some major movement in these overall scores at the end of tonight.
Quack Fu, on the other hand, have been dropping some shots down on Forsaken Gaming, giving them some run for their money right now. Trick's been down. Peep is crossing over to get that pickup on him, but he's been held off as well. The push is on. Looks like Quack Fu's Nav has already pushed up, and he's going to be exchanging some shots against Peep right now as the Archangel looks over from the casino side building. And
wow, he barely got the Trick. Trick was like about 2 HP. Before Peep was able to pick him up.
Now both Peep and Trick are going to be low on health. They have to be really careful pushing this or coming out, even peeking at this point. Unite Jack has crossed over from the Reds. He's holding Payne and Jonica down on the roof. Druzy with a wide angle from the left side. Red is able to drop some shots as well. Archangel himself has a bolt action in his hand with an M24 right there. Was exchanging some shots against Payne, but Payne with the Winchester just deadly, lighting him up quite easily. Archangel not even able to pop that M24 shot off. Trick now spotting him moving out of the casino.
I don't know if Trick and Peep know that Nav is right there. If they do know is I would try to take that battle first. Get him knocked out. Use your numbers 2v1 against Nav. Get him knocked out before I did anything else. If they know he's there.
Absolutely. Nav now smoking behind him, trying to get back in the pickup, and he's going to rotate out again, but shots from the top again. Payne's been dropping those Winchester shots like anything, and he's looking now over towards the red building if he can spot Druzy moving as well. Druzy has not been doing much work over here. 0 kills for the man. He's got a 4x scope on an AK. Not my favorite, I guess, but we'll see how that turns out. Not a lot has happened over the past few minutes, really, with 81 people still alive, 23 teams still alive. Which are the teams to come out early? I think there's just one team that has been knocked out.
Yeah,
actually,
that Misfire Zeus team, Misfire Zeus and the Unzip team both knocked out early.
Absolutely. They both came out of this game early on in the Miramar match as well. They have 2 more games right now to make up for this, but it's going to be a hard game coming out of these 2 to begin with. Looks like we have a standstill as Nav moves back to the gas station. Trick and Peep have moved up on Nav's position as well, and they're going to be holding Nav down as Jack is now trying to cross over as well. He is on the casino, but he might get spotted too. He does get spotted after all. Peep was able to drop a couple of shots and did not hit any though. He's got a mini 14 with the 4x as well. Jack, he might be able to do some damage. Now that's a gun that 4x might work with, not with AK. Or maybe it's just me, I don't know. Maybe I'm just.
I do like both Jonica and Payne. I'm thinking in the Wild West, both of them with Winchesters with a 2.7 scope on. They're trying to do some Overwatch on this Quack Fu team.
That Winchester scope, though, that crosshair on that scope is so beautiful, man. If that gun had more damage, nice. If that gun had more damage, if that bullet had more weight and did not have that drop over the distance, that gun could have been really deadly as well. But I love that crosshair for sure.
Most definitely, it is really nice, and it's now we have right now is that these teams there's no real incentive to move because they're not in the zone. Peep and Trick over on one side. Maybe if they can get a knock on Nav, they can move over and maybe start flanking. But right now they're just in a stalemate.
They sure are. Neither of the teams over here are probably going to be able to cross over either because Payne and Jonica were on the 5 stack. It's going to be a hard push crossing over the road with Jack in the casino building unless they get a knock first. Any team getting the first knock might be able to make those moves, make those rotations, and get an even better position to cover from. But right now, it doesn't look like either of the team are going to make it.
I think the only problem with Quack Fu is if Nav or Jack gets knocked, it could be difficult as now Druzy is pushing up forward. But now Trick and Peep and Payne and Jack have each other's back, so they can pick each other up. But if Nav gets knocked, he's done. Oh, and Payne does get knocked by Archangel with that M24.
Archangel with that M24 absolutely dropping some shots. He was in the casino building earlier on, and looks like Druzy and Archangel have decided to just switch positions, and now with that knock, Druzy has been allowed to move into 5 stack. Jack is probably going to switch his attention down towards 5 stack as well, and it's going to be a 3v2 push in favor of Quack Fu right there. Good plays. That one knock absolutely makes the difference again.
And if Dev, now his job is to hold Peep and Trick in that hotel while they can do this 3v2 with Druzy, Jack, and Arcade. But they have to make sure this push is done together because both Jonica and Payne are high quality players.
Absolutely.
If they get one knock, it all makes it a 2v2 and it's evened up.
Now they are taking their time pushing up on Jonica and Payne right here, as they should. They shouldn't be pushing up the line right now. Payne on the 3rd floor. He's probably trying to look down by the hole if anyone is coming up as well. Here's a 3-man team pushing up on Jonica. Peep is gonna push. Payne is gonna push right back. He's gonna jump down. Unwittingly, Jack was able to drop him. Jonica dropping some shots. Archangel going down now, but Payne's been thirsted. It's gonna be a 2v1 right here on Jonica. Jonica still holding the angles. Is not gonna let that push happen. It's gonna jump out, go for the roof. Let's see how Jonica plays this. Now on the roof, Trick and Peep are pushing up as well. Nav not able to stop them. It's gonna be a 3v3 again. Druzy still on the top floor, is able to get some closet angles. A good nade coming in from Forsaken Gaming though. Would have caught it if it was primed right though. Unite Jack holding the stairs. Push is on. Peep is in the bottom floor. Trick is outside.
How quick can Nav get in there to get in that battle?
He might be able to get in there right about now. Some more shots exchanged. Peep able to get a quick knock down on Druzy. He's gonna fall back up. Jack tries to exchange some fire down, but is not able to drop any. Now Peep and Trick both coming in on the closet. Jack going down as well. It looks like that is it. Trick was able to drop Nav as well. He did make it in, but was not good enough. Down and out they all go.
And that Quack Food team, a team currently 7th place overall, getting knocked out. And although the Forsaken Gaming, a team currently in 4th overall, does lose only one of their players, but who's still there? Both Trick and Peep, their 2 biggest fraggers. So they're going to be able to push forward and still be aggressive for the rest of this match.
It was interesting how T4, or rather Forsaken Gaming right there, Trick and Peep were able to cross over all the way and were able to provide that much needed support to Jonica and Payne, as Payne does get knocked on early. But what a great play from Forsaken Gaming.
Yeah, that push forced them, and it was Drews was just unable to hold Peep and Trick back with what he was over there. If he had been able to hold them back, it could have been a different scenario. But they were able to close that distance and get in there. And by the time the rest of Quack Fu got in there, it was too late, and Forsaken Gaming was able to get out of there with only losing one of their players, but still getting 4 players. And again, this is, as we keep seeing it seems to be a matter of time. Voodoo, before everyone knows, stay out of Picado. That is Forsaken Gaming's place. Looks like everybody knew it except for Quack Fu. Maybe they'll know it from this point forward.
Maybe they will. Maybe they will. Or maybe they are just trying to challenge the top
Could
team,
be.
the top dogs in Picado, and make it their own backyard now. Let's see if any team is going to be able to do that over the course of the next few weeks, or is it going to be Forsaken Gaming's playground all the way through?
And now that we've lost 4 teams, looks like the teams will be able to get into this new zone relatively safely if they stay on the outside. There is room for everybody to rotate in, and each team is kind of focusing in on these compounds. So what we have to see now is it going to be a huge is the zone going to switch big, or is it just going to come in on itself? And that's going to be the factor on what happens next with these teams and who's going to have to rotate and how hard they're going to have to rotate.
Absolutely. MO4 is making that rotation already from down south. Is probably going to be able to catch a couple of teams out in the open, as we are looking at Autobots on top on the east side of Chumacera, actually taking that compound just beneath the church where 10 HP is holding off on top as well. That church position is ideal if you have a full squad. It doesn't look like you have a full squad, though. They are 2-man strong right now, fighting it off against Autobots. Autobots, of course, made off Rain, Fatboy, Rogue, and Jake. And looks like they're going to fall back as well, try to find some more angles, as they probably are aware of MO4 coming in now. Freakish getting spotted. BBC driving in as well. FP might get spotted as he tries to cross over. Freakish will decide to just move away from there. It's not worth taking this fight, as this team is really spread out. But gotta be careful, they cannot get knocked. Any one of them getting knocked out of the vehicle is a definite thirst. Looks like they will make it out of harm's way anyway, though. Not a lot of damage done on MO4 from aimbots. Sorry, I called them Autobots by mistake.
They're still all up there. As now it rotates, it is a pretty hard push to the left. A lot was at least 8 or 9 teams are gonna have to rotate into this new zone. And And it's going to be right in Chumacera, so this is going to be nothing but misery and heartache if this zone keeps staying on Chumacera with its 4 levels of doom.
We might look at a really good Chumacera fight. As terrible as the spot might be for a hard drop, it is actually a really good spot to get some fights on. As we're looking at OUTcast Bravo coming down.
OUTcast Bravo's they're up on top. They have the command, and then it goes just 4 levels down from there. So
Absolutely.
you don't want to be the lowest team.
They do have the command right here. We're looking at Goose coming in by the shack. Snuggles all the way on top already. Crispy and Chibi not too far behind as well. They're trying to get as much information as they can. Stopping just about within the distance, so NH is not able to hear those vehicles, not yet anyway, but let's see if they keep it that way, or are they going to drive straight in blind, because Horsepower and Dookie have that split on the brick building. We're looking at Fiesta and Kenobi over by the single story as well. They're all looking on the southeast, or rather the southwest side on top, and looks like they are aware of that position from OUTcast Bravo as well. So we might be looking at a 4v4 brewing up in our faces right now up in Chumacera. Way out back by Graveyard, we're looking at Tequila Shots fighting it off with TXS Mafia as well. Razik, or rather Truny, was able to get that kill off on Mafia after all. Zeus is very low as Razik coming in with a nade. Let's see if he's able to spot him. Yes, he does. Down goes Zeus as well. Legends down to last one up for TXS is going to be broken. A couple of shots pop, and look at that health. Oh my god, he just about gets down right on time. He's down to about 1% health. And Razik is trying to make that rotation all the way around him, see if he can spot him from top of that ridge, and he's going to come in flying in a buggy. Broken realizes that, falls back into the shack. And he is spotted. Truny coming in behind the shack now. Again, using that ridge, is probably going to be able to spot Broken through a window. Let's take a look if he is, though. Some shots exchanged. Razik still trying to get that last kill off on Broken. Spraying that shack from the door. Not able to spot him yet. And down goes Legend as well. Tryhard able to get that thirst off. It's 3v1. Broken is pinched in a shack. They got all the angles. They got all the angles right now. Just about on the edge of the zone. On the other hand, J4F is fighting it off against MOW and able to get that wipe. Just as I was looking at the kill feed, by the time I switch over, they're gone. Damn. T4P on the other hand are able to hold off BTE out in the zone. We got Sables, Shinu, Joker, a 3-man squad over here for BTE, and we also have GME in the mix as T4P divert their attention down northeast side, where they did get a knock on Savage as well. Stanky's been dropped and thirsted as well. Savage almost getting lit up, but Michael able to get that pickup off. Ghost is trying to use the rock and the ridge, try to provide some cover fire, but he hasn't been able to do much, not right now anyway. Legends with the flank, again able to drop some really key shots and holding and pushing GME out in the direction as he wants towards the rest of his team, who can drop those shots from top, getting that high ground and overwatch position, who are holding off BTE as well. Sheely, the last one up, getting lit up right now. Red Dot M4 doing the damage, almost downed as well, but Sheen will be able to make it into the cover, not for long though, as the zone is about to push him. And there he is. He will go down indeed. Joker, the last one up. Let's see what difference does he make. Looks like he's just going to let himself...
He has no health at all.
Nope, he doesn't. He's probably going to die to the zone right here, which is probably the best option.
He just about faced and ran back into the zone. Maybe he says, I can find a bandage or something before I die.
Or maybe just not willing to give the other team another couple of points, which is not a lot of points, to be honest, but, you know. It's something.
Does get killed in the zone, and now it comes in closer. Now they have another huge. It's coming right in on Chumacera proper. It looks like that team's gonna have to get in there. I really like how OC Bravo is up there, up on top, still be able to hold that area down. But they're gonna have to rotate down after this next circle. And will they be able to get in there, or will New Hampshire hold them off from coming down off the top of that Chumacera hill?
OUTcast Bravo might be able to hold that hill off for longer, as we're looking at SpaceX coming into the mix down on the bottom level of Chumacera as well. MO4 coming in on the east side as well. So Looks like New Hampshire is going to be busy with both those teams, and OUTcast Bravo doesn't have to do much. They have the highest ground in that area. They have the edge of the zone. No team coming in from behind. They might have the best spot in this zone anyway. Some more shots exchanged right now between Villains and OUTcast Alpha team right now. We are also looking at Forsaken Gaming's Trick dropping some shots from a distance. Peep getting knocked by Ravic's shot from way wide back. Trick the only one up over here with the white flank. Where's the rest of the team? Oh, they're way out back.
Jonica is and steal shots.
Dorado was able to get that knock on Jonica as well. So 2 men down are Forsaken Gaming again. They're gonna be limited to the last man, which is of course Forsaken Gaming's Trick, the top fragger of the week with 38 kills. Let's see how much more can he add to it. Already got 2 in his name. He's got a full squad to fight against. Already spotted Delusion and Dorado. Hacks and Jerry are still on the flank. Dorado will go down. Delusion not too far behind. He's going to get that thirst off on Dorado early on. Move back into the bridge and see if he can get out of this position, because we still have OUTcast Alpha on top. Voodoo might be looking down on those shots pretty soon. He's coming right around. He spots Trick. Let's see what he does though. He's got that 6 times on the M4. Just about misses Trick. Oh, he's got his number. He's got him. Do it. What are you waiting for? He's waiting for the perfect shots.
I don't know what he's fire.
He's waiting for the perfect shot. It's taking too long. That should have been a white right there. And now takes those shots on Trick. Trick almost getting spotted, but it's not.
Yes, he's surrounded. Fire all around.
Oh my God, so low. Trick again,
God,
almost
so
going
low.
down. It looks like Voodoo was just waiting for some support to come on in if he does miss his shots, but held off a little too long. And Brownie coming in just about shot in time, but Forsaken Gaming's Trick is still up. We got all 4 up for J4F again, or rather 3-man squad for J4F again, and they've pushed up on Trick too. They might be able to get Trick down as Trick gets pinched between the 2 teams, J4F and OUTcast Alpha on top. We are also looking at Dembasy dropping some shots down on J4F. They were able to spot them coming into the zone. And Dembasy has pretty good spots down in the lower level of Chumacera as well. MO4 on top of Chumacera are able to hold off Oracle out inside the zone. King trying to make it in as well, but will get taken down in the end. That is it for Oracle. On the other hand, we got 10 HP trying to make it into zone as well. Bliss is out in the open, getting beat up by the blue. Ecuador has already made his way in. It's a 2-man squad with Goldie going down early off in the game. MO4 will have to push further west side though. They will be running straight into Autobots and New Hampshire on top level of Chumacera. At the very bottom, on the other hand, we got Arabic Boys' Waterboy again. For Dembasy, looking straight down on J4F one more time. Still fighting it off with J4F. I don't think they're aware of Forsaken Gaming's Trick in there, but J4F is. That might have been a good nade if it was a nade. Or was it? Oh my God. Yes, it was a nade. Did catch Trick as well, but not enough. Again, Trick still survives those. How? How is this guy surviving all of it, man?
He's a cat of 9 lives. He's able to stay alive, just staying alive. And I'll tell you what, Trick versus, he's also very, very good with those explosives. He can easily drop some grenades in there and do some damage to these guys just for fun.
Absolutely. Trick now again firing it off, even though being a 1-man squad right there is able to fire off shots down on J4F, getting a knock as well. Doesn't look like he had the heals though. Will get caught by Hacks in the end. Hacks on the other hand was dropped by Dembasy from a distance. Bottom level Chumacera. Jerry tries to make it into zone as well, but he will have to let his friends bleed. Voodoo getting that thirst off on Hacks, and Jerry is the last one up for J4F right now. OUTcast Alphas placed themselves perfectly on top of Chumacera, yes, but they are getting pushed up on. They're getting pushed up on as well. Villain, well, not deciding to push up. Actually, they could have pushed up on him, but Villain deciding to go wide flank coming out on the other side of this ridge, which might just turn out to be a bad play or a good play. It could turn either way really at this point. MO4 on top is getting lit up as well. Looks like they have BBC down and out as well. Freakish and FP, the only 2 alive for the team. New Hampshire is getting lit up from a distance. Villains were able to spot them as well. And there it is. New Hampshire almost on the brink of getting wiped. T4P is fighting him. OC's Snuggles coming in from behind on Autobots. 2 men down, 2 men up. Fat Boy's trying to get that heal off on Rain. Rogue is still there as well. Jake goes for the pickup. A quick nade coming in, but Snuggles is going to come in, get that quick knock and thirst on both of them. Let's see if he's able to do more, though. There's 2 more to fight right next to the crate right there. And he's able to... No! He's able to drop him down, but not able to kill him. Snuggles will go down as well. OUTcast, Bravo are down and out. Jake might be getting spotted from down bottom as well. We got Dembisi still up with a 3-man team, or is it a 4-man team? It's a 3-man team with Marvin going down early on in the game as well. SpaceX is still holding down on the 3rd level of Chumacera. All 4 strong in the same house, though. Really hard to push that house unless they do get a knock from the window. OUTcast Alpha might be able to get that. Villains have made their way into the brick building down from the warehouse, just about south of the warehouse, or north of the warehouse over there. Reclusive is holding the brick, trying to get some shots off, but Frankie out in the open was not able to be that lucky. T4P were able to spot him and drop him in quick succession. Now Legends getting lit up. He's down to about 5% health. Reclusive getting spotted by Zeno. Good shots down on Reclusive, not really hitting much, but that could have been a crucial shot right on the head. Jay will hold off on top from OUTcast Alpha. Voodoo coming down on Dembisi was able to drop some shots and was able to drop 1 man down as well. Diego's down for Dembisi. 2 man up, 1 man down. Brownie and Voodoo and Raven are ready for the push with that knock, and the push is on. Some more shots exchanged again. SpaceX is Drago's down. Waterboy's down. Awaken is the last one up, but Awaken is still holding it. Let's see if he's able to hold it or not, though. We got 3 man in for OUTcast Alpha. Jay's been taken down and out as well. SpaceX, all 4 strong still. T4P is just about to get wiped as well. Ecuador and Bliss holding it down for 10 HP. A lot of teams have died up in Chumacera right here.
And SpaceX just staying safe in their compound. They didn't have to push down, and that's what cost OUTcast. They still have all their players. T4P is hurt. Villains only has 1 player. MO4 with only 2. 10 HP with only 2. It looks like OUTcast is pretty strong with 3 of their players. If they can get rid of Awaken from D3.
Awaken might be in trouble, but we are looking at SpaceX, who have the upper hand in this zone anyway, with all 4 strong and being able to cover all angles and being able to provide that support for the team as well. Ecuador's been downed as well, and looks like a good nade might be just about missing that. Ecuador and Bliss are outside. If they were just about 1 inch inside, they would have been knocked by that nade too. Good nades. Another good one from OUTcast Alpha. Awaken still holding that little closet, not giving away his position. On the other hand, Samson goes down. That is going to be Ed for T4P. SpaceX's Drago getting that last kill off on DSK Legends. Junie getting another knock on MO4 FP right now. Junie with the shots, bro.
And now the SpaceX can just focus on these teams 1v1 to start popping them off.
Absolutely.
And now this OUTcast team is trying to push in there. It's only Brownie and Raven, though, the only 2 that are going to be able to push as Water gets knocked as they begin the push.
He sure does. Ecuador has no idea Awaken's still in there, and Ecuador is going to push in blind, but he was able to drop him anyway, and now is to push into the zone. Let's see if Ecuador will make it into the zone or not. Getting hit by the zone and just about makes that heal off on time. Brownie with a 2-piece, and Brownie with a wipe over there on SpaceX. Or rather, not wipe, Junie on Junie, my bad. I almost thought Brownie wiped the whole SpaceX. That would have been big right there. Raven still up for OUTcast Alpha as he's getting pushed by a 1v2 team right now. Raven getting taken down by Lagodu, though. It's going to be a 3-man team for SpaceX. Drago will get picked up as well.
I mean, I don't know what Metaphor is doing. I don't know why they're just healing up. They should be in there pushing SpaceX here. They're not. They could do some damage. Freakish is in the blue, just dying. They need to push in there and do some damage to the SpaceX team. Oh, and now it's too late. They picked it back up, and now they have all 3 of their members.
Not only they have
Metaphor really had an opportunity that they threw away.
They certainly did, and not only SpaceX has the numbers advantage at this point, they also have the zone advantage. They don't have to cross over to get the zone. All they have to do is use the ridge to get the zone, but MO4 and Villain, on the other hand, will have to cross over out in the open. As you see, Reclusive already popping those smoke trails, trying to get something going for himself, as SpaceX are busy with MO4, FP, and Freakish over on the other side of the road. But let's see how Reclusive plays this. It's a 1v2v3 right here, and Reclusive has the shortest hand of the 6. Another good nade. Giuliani might get caught or not. Could have been a really good nade from Villain's Reclusive. 2 men down for SpaceX, and down and out goes SpaceX. Good nade from Reclusive.
Reclusive,
Damn.
this is when you have to push. It's only Freakish is 2 HP. He might just die out.
He just wins. He just wins play zone, getting that win for Reclusive, the last man up for the team, and somehow makes the win as well. 5 kills for the man. He's been holding out strong against all these teams around him, but in the end, Villains grabbed that victory from under MO4 and SpaceX's noses.
Exactly, just staying alive, getting him that situation, and just staying alive, waiting for him to show up. And he never showed up, and he gets the victory. So good for them. Villains team getting 6 points and getting themselves a first place finish. Second place, Mena 4, the original team, not only with 10 kills. So that's not only the second place points, but also a lot of points for kills. Third place, the current second place team, a team we're going to talk to right after this, with 7 kills. In fourth place, we have the OG OUTcast Alpha finally getting themselves a nice, strong top 5 finish. And not only that, a top 5 finish, another 10 kills to go with it. 10 HP in fifth place with 3 kills. Then we have in sixth place, we have the Embassy coming in sixth place with 2 kills. Seventh place, Tasty for Peen in seventh place with still a nice 10 kills. And in eighth place, we have the Autobots with 4 kills, get themselves up on that front of that roster. So some new teams, some old teams. We're going to have to see now as we go in. We're going to go out here, go to a commercial, then come back and talk to Legato, a team that has 2 huge ups and 1 huge down last week. How they handle it, and what are they looking forward to for the rest of the season?
Absolutely. That was an intense, action-packed game. Indeed,
yes,
it could
was,
have been
sir.
anyone's game, but in the end, of course, Villains Reclusive holding it strong and grabbing that chicken dinner from under MO4 and SpaceX out of nowhere. What a great game! Of course, we're gonna be right back with another quick interview. And who are we gonna have with us this time, Pickford?
We should have Legato from SpaceX, the team currently in second place.
Oh, that's gonna be interesting. Let's see what insight does Legato have, and we're gonna be right back with that interview and of course live scores as well. So do not go anywhere, guys. We'll be right back.
We just waited for put the word out to so is that the thing that I like to see? Yes, we are super lucky to invite in after our second match one of the big fraggers from SpaceX, a team currently only 1 point out of first place, and that is Legato. Legato, thank you, sir, for giving us a little bit of your time.
Yeah, no problem. How are you guys?
Great. And obviously we're gonna, after Monday and Wednesday of last week, you guys pretty much, the thought was, okay, we might as well just cut off the season. You guys have won it. You guys dominated both Monday and Wednesday. 16 points, up by 24 points, and then Friday comes in. You guys end up getting 18th place and 1 point. Kind of walk us through that week, those ups and downs that you had in that week.
I mean, we were like really hyped for the season start. We wanted to like dominate like at the beginning, like just keep winning and dominate. And then so we did it Mondays and Wednesdays, and then Friday I just woke up and I already had a feeling that we're gonna do bad. I don't know why. I just knew it. I just knew it.
Well, I'm glad you didn't go out there and bet any money in the real world, because it was like that. I mean, it was just like, we went back, I watched it. It was just like, I mean, you can't go out there and say you did this wrong or this wrong or this wrong. It was just a cavalcade of bad rotations. This happened bad, that happened. It was like it was just a cavalcade. And so when you, at the end of Friday night, what are you guys thinking? You guys have dominated so dominant in that first 2 matches, and then a 18th place finish is obviously not what you wanted. What is the mindset on SpaceX on Friday night?
No, we're like, it's fine. We'll just dominate from Monday. again.
Well, that's what I like to see, and that's you see that with a lot of the best teams is that they're able to. They don't get too hyped up when they're doing well, and they don't get too low when they have a bad scrim. And
Yeah.
like I said, worst case scenario is now you guys are in second place, and you guys came out. T for P was killing it in match 1. You guys come back in match 2 and meet them up. So it looks like right now it's you and those guys pretty much 1 and 2 for at least the rest of tonight. What do you guys now going into? You started off with a good first 2 matches. What's the mindset going into match 3 and match 4?
I mean, we're looking to win it. Like, we want to win. Like, if we get anything other than a win, like, it's bad.
Yeah, and if you guys like, how do you? Everyone wants to know like, how do I get better? How does when you guys are playing scrims, how are you guys getting better in just how do you practice? What is your practice schedule? Do you watch video? Do you play classics, TDMs? What is SpaceX's style to improve week in, week out?
We play scrims from 7 till like 12 in the night every day.
So it's just those repetitions over and over and over again.
Yep. And then sometimes we try edge or middle or like being more aggressive. Recently, we've been trying to be like more aggressive. Just like push a 4-man team without a knock.
And I mean, I think the key we talked a little bit about, but with tequila shots, but with you guys is that there's no weak link on this SpaceX team. You got Drago, second place in the frags with 37. You've got Giuliani, 6th place overall with 21. You've got yourself in 10th place with 18, and then you've got Junie in 15th place. So the entire starting lineup is in the top 20 in kills. Is that what roles do you guys play? Do you guys even have roles, or are you just fragging? What are you guys doing?
No, we don't have roles. We expect everyone to play like every role, you know, like depending on the situation. We should probably have roles, but then I feel like if everybody is able to play like any role, then we can be more flexible.
I tell you what, I mean, it is working. It's you guys are my team to pick to win the whole thing. I know that you're also Nikki's, but this T for P team. I mean, I think Samson. We're gonna talk to those guys later tonight. After this, the team of Samson and was it Zeno, quite good. And so it's not like it's going to be some sort of easy walkover. You guys are going to have to work hard to get this. How you guys? Have you guys ever thought about how to prevent the errors that you can't really like? You know, the RNG when you first drop the rotation process. How do you guys try to avoid the things that aren't skill based but are more luck based? Try to eliminate those bad luck situations.
I mean, we really don't look at it as bad luck. Like, we just be like, all right, that's an obstacle like in front of us. Like, how do we overcome it? Like RNG, like I know there's RNG, but I wouldn't like tell my players we lost because of RNG. I would tell them we lost because we couldn't like execute a plan for like that hard shift, or like that something went wrong. Like we couldn't like get out of it, you know? So how do we get out of it next time? So we just think it over. We don't call it like, oh, it's bad luck. Like we just get better luck next game and whatever. I wouldn't say that. If we don't get zoned like entire match, we just like try to, you know, fight our way in. Because you can do that. If you don't get zoned, you can try to fight your way in, at least. If you want to fight one team or 2 teams. Like, you can't say there were like 3 teams shooting at me and stuff like that. You just got to come out of any situation.
Now, with a team that's been dominant in this match, you guys are playing on the same internet, the same computer, phones, everybody else, see the same servers. A lot of people have been complaining about lag, the amount of people in the matches. We should reduce it, whatever. You guys have obviously been able to overcome that. How do you guys deal with the quote-unquote lag that other people are complaining about? It doesn't seem to be affecting you.
I don't. It does, but I mean, it's not the problem with the host or like too many people. It's the PUBG servers. Like you can go in depth with all the computer science, but yeah, I mean, it is what it is, right? Everyone's playing with the same thing, so you can't say.
Yeah, you're right. The point I make is if we start with 80 or we start with 100, if we still have 40 people in the 6th zone, it's gonna be the same problem.
Exactly.
It's not how many people are in it when we start; it's how many people are in there in the 6th zone. And as you know, playing in these scrims, people are playing very conservatively early. Don't want to get knocked out. Going from that 5th to 6th zone, whether we have 20 teams or 24 teams, they're still gonna have around 45 to 50 people, and then we're gonna go from about 12. We're gonna go about 15 teams to about 8 teams in about 3 minutes. One thing you guys are very, very good at, and you did it extremely well. That Miramar was keeping all of your players alive when it goes down from about 15 players to about 8 or 15 teams, about 8 teams.
Yeah, we should have won that.
So you
but-
go in there. Yeah.
Mm.
So you go into that last match, or you go into those things with all 4 players. How important is it for you guys to kind of make sure that you have all 4 of your players going into those last few circles?
Like I told my teammates, no matter what the situation is, try to get the res. Like no matter what, like be in a position where you have support from your teammates. It doesn't matter that you can go 250 meters, go get 3 knocks. You can even get 3 thirsts, but if you get traded and finished, that's bad for us. Like we're a 3-man now. So like make sure that you're always like in cover of your teammates. And when a player is down, like do anything to save him, because if you're a 3-man, like the chances of you getting a win is lower. So do anything to try to save the 4th. And literally anything.
You're hearing that right from a guy leading the number 1/number 2 team in here. We see a lot of people when they get knocked, and people just abandon them and just stay alive.
I never do that. I tell my
That
team.
is not SpaceX's gameplay. And you know what? You can't. All you have to say is scoreboard, because if anyone disagrees with you, say look where we are. There's only one team, and we're only 1 point up behind the number 1 team. So and we've been dominating. So I know the match is getting ready to start, but as we as you guys are looking at now the next 7 weeks, how are you guys going to stay at your top level, knowing that this is such a long season?
Yeah, we want to basically after every week be on the top of the leaderboard. That's our goal.
All right. Well, thank you very much. God, again, we'll have you on. I'm sure we'll have you on again during the season, because you guys are going to be at the top of the leaderboard most likely for the entire season. So good luck tonight for the rest of the 2 matches, and good luck for the rest of the season.
All right. Thank you so much.
Well, that was some insights from SpaceX's Godu himself. And speaking of the scores and being on the first page of those scores, we have scores one more time. They've been updated. Thirsty for points, still leading after 2 games with 25 kills for them. And of course, in second position after 2 games is Villains for today.
1 point. Wow.
Right.
Up by 1 point.
Absolutely, only 1 point the difference between the 2 teams up top in the first 2 spots. SpaceX coming in the 3rd position, and the distance then increases between the points. SpaceX gathering 47 for themselves, just about 17 points behind that 2nd spot. But we still got 2 more games today, and it could still be a lot of changes in this scorecard right here.
Oh, most definitely. It is now moving day. The 3rd match is moving day. That is where teams really decide, are they moving up the scoreboard or are they moving down? If you have a really nice top 5 finish in this match right here, you can see your team fly up the scores. If you have another bad match, you pretty much guarantee yourself on that 2nd page. This is where you can frag out, get yourself double-digit kills plus a top 5 finish on Sandhawk, and really put yourself in a situation going into that last Aragal match to either make it a great night or either a great or a terrible night.
Absolutely, and Sandhawk being one of those matches or one of those maps that does allow you to frag out. It has a lot of good positions to be in, a lot of bad positions to be in, and of course you got to be aware of the third parties and all the rotations coming in, because we've seen a lot of teams coming out with some really unorthodox rotations coming out on top of the matches from out of nowhere. So it could still be anyone's game, and looks like the game has already started, and we're going to switch straight into it and look at the plane path right there. Looks like the plane path is going to miss the whole of the Ruins Camp Charlie Island, and it's going to go through the Hatin Island to start off with. It's going to go straight past the mountains to the east of Camp Alpha. It's going to cross that bridge by Hatin. It's going to split Tatmok, clip Tatmok just about on the edge, and finally splitting Cow in 2. It's going to end on the northeast side of the map. So that is a eerie plane path right there. It's not one that any of the teams would like to be on, but it is the one they got, and they will have to make do with what they got.
Exactly, and I just when I see this map, I'm always looking at 10 HP Prod, thinking in my mind, he's always looking, where's a boat? I want to rotate in a boat. He loves rotating on boats on this map. He loves rotating on boats, period, but especially this map. And I'm sure we're going to see some sort of unique and odd rotation by 10 HP, if by nobody else.
And an early knock and drop over here for J4F, and they were able to drop Quach early on in the game one more time. Quach not being lucky in today's scrims whatsoever, and we're looking at another 3-man game for Quack Fu against J4F up in boot camp. They do have a really split out drop. Archangel way down south. We got Goliath up on the north side as trying to make his way all the way around by the west side of boot camp. He's just about getting pushed on, or rather pushed into Jerry unknowingly. Jerry trying to get some eyes down on the southwest side of boot camp, trying to spot Archangel, but Archangel is holding his ground on that 3-stack on the south side building. Goliath will be limited back on the north side building as well. Not a lot of moves to make for Quack Fu right here, with J4F Dorado, or rather J4F Hacks, not Delusion, and Dorado able to hold that main. And Jerry coming in on a flank on the west side is now trying to move further down northwest. Is probably going to be able to spot Goliath soon, but we will find out. On the other hand, on the L compound, looks like BTE Shinu got caught by Trick in the L compound as he was crossing over, and we still got Sebas, SpaceX's Hulk, and BTE Joker up, and they're probably going to get some distance from that team right there. That is the team to be aware of. Not the best of positions to be in for BTE right now, as MO4 is coming out from the top, and they will be coming down on BTE pretty soon. So BTE will be pinched between the two squads if they move on the other side of the warehouse. Forsaken Gaming will spot him. On this side, MO4 will spot him if they are able to move in on time. Back by Camp Bravo, however, we got TXS fighting it off against Team 6
Top
Misfire
strikers.
again.
Those are Misfire areas and top strikers.
Oh, Candle trying to drop some shots down, but not able to catch Broken up there. Zeus from Top Strikers is coming down from the southwest side right now. Might be able to get some angles down on Luigi and Candle, as we see Biscuit picking up Baby as well. Biscuit's going to rotate back and try to get back around Top Strikers. Mafia with the right flank is able to hold off those pushes across the fences, but it doesn't look like Misfire is going to make that push across the fence. They probably have the opportunity to push up on Broken and Legend if they do decide to do so.
Looks like Baby and Biscuit are trying to support Luigi and Candle. It really depends on what Broken, Legend, and Mafia do as Baby comes around.
Zeus is dropping some shots now from top.
That's right.
Zeus with that 2-time scope on an M4 is trying to drop some shots down on Luigi, almost catching him as well, but Luigi able to move away from those shots in time, and now looks like Misfire is going to fall back and try to regroup on a different position, but not Luigi though. Legend probably aware of that, and probably aware of that thanks to Zeus's information from far off, and looks like Legend is gonna hold as well. He knows Luigi's right there. He's not gonna let Luigi move, and let's see how this turns out. It's still a 4v4. It still could be anyone's match. Baby's coming on a flank as well. It's trying to spot Zeus on the southwest side of Camp Bravo right now.
Looks like Baby's trying to keep an eye on Zeus. Maybe get runs at him while the rest of the team is pushing forward to rescue Luigi from this 1v1 with Legend. But they're kind of stuck because Luigi needs to back out if he wants to back out, and they don't want to push into that building and expose themselves, but Luigi doesn't want to push out and expose himself either as he gets closer and closer.
Absolutely, and now it looks like Broken and Mafia are going to be providing that support that Legend needs, and instead of it being a 1v1, it might just turn into a 1v3. And Candle getting caught out in the open. Zeus almost dropping Candle, but Candle will be able to survive that. Broken, on the other hand, will not. Broken's been down. Legend's been down as well. Good shots exchanged. The last one up is Mafia, able to drop Luigi down. Biscuit coming right out, exchanging fire. Mafia still surviving though. Now Baby's in the mix. Some more shots coming in. 3 men down for Top Strikers out of nowhere. And Zeus is going to be the last one up.
And remember, we talked about this last match. Top Strikers from South America, they like to have those mid-range battles, but when they get those CQCs, that 150 to 180 ping really affects them, and they can't make the movements as fast as some of the other teams, and it ended up costing them right here. We saw how successful they were doing when the shots were a little farther away, but once they closed that distance on them, they were not able to keep up with the speed of someone with a 20 to 40 ping. And
absolutely.
If I'm Zeus, I'm going to pretty much get out of there and just holding points, because you want to make sure that you get yourself as many placement points as you possibly can, even if you're only one person.
Oh, absolutely right. It looks like the only team to be out so far has been Quack Fu to be the first one to go down, and it looks like it was J4F.
Which they were.
Yeah,
they started very well in this in so far. So for them to get knocked out so early is obviously a huge loss for them.
And looks like BTE Joker just got caught out in the open by SpaceX as well. And looks like that is going to be our second team to come out in this game number 3 right here. Team 18, BTE getting dropped early on in the game as well. Of course, Forsaken Gaming with that first kill. And now SpaceX coming in to clear out the business left behind by Forsaken Gaming. They're pushing straight up on Aurora as we speak, coming into the Camp Alpha Island. Still, the zone could be anywhere, and looks like it is favoring the main bootcamp island more than anything else, but it could still be a hard shift and come back. We'll find out how that turns out.
Let's see if now 10HP, if they're going to bet themselves any boats down there, you can find a boat and rotate to the north. This is their zone. They love to get a boat, rotate around to the very north, and come down that way.
Speaking of boats, looks like T4P on the other hand has decided to just swim across with villains coming down on that village but right next to Hatin. And looks like T4P, all 4 members were able to make it out somehow, going all the way out inside the ocean. On the other hand, TXS's Zeus is still alive and still fighting it off against Misfire. He was able to get a quick knock on them as they were rotating out of Camp Bravo and is still able to hold them down inside there. Candle getting dropped as well. Luigi still on the same angle. Biscuit on a white flank might be able to do some damage on Zeus, but not right now. Zeus is holding that rock like a baby. He's not going to let go at all. Luigi coming
They need to pick up their players and get them back, get them picked up. It's only the second zone. Get them, they regroup, and now they know that he's there. And really work as a squad to get him to take care of Zeus and not worry about it. It's only one person. They saw who knocked him, pick his players up, and then work as a squad to get Zeus. It's 4v1. They'll be able to. They just think of it that way.
There should really be no reason that they should let Zeus get these knocks in the first place, but they cannot let him thirst them. Not in a 4v1.
Exactly. Now they just have to think. Now that they have to go. Okay, how are we going to push this one person? Might be a 2-2 pins. Right. That's probably the most effective way. One go to the left, one go to the right, and try to go around. And now Zeus is. He knows. They know exactly where he's at. They're going to try to get close. Get close. Pepper him with some grenades, because he also has a finite amount of supplies. He hasn't been able to resupply himself. So he's been firing at them. I don't know how much he has. He only has 1 health and some bandages. I don't know how many rounds he has. But he only has 12 rounds in his magazine right now. And now he's there you go. He tried to.
Oh my God! Almost going down too. Zeus has been using those rocks really, really well to be able to be aware of where these Misfire people are, and using those rock and peeking exactly the right side where he's not spotted by any other angle. So he's been doing pretty well holding off that 1v4 fight, and looks like Misfire finally are going to rotate wide and try to come around Zeus. Candle leading the charge. Baby is going to hold off just a little bit. Luigi and Biscuit are trying to go up north instead of following the suit right behind Candle. Looks like they are trying to get as far wide from Paradise as they can coming into the next zone.
Looks like they're going to. I mean, it looks like they're going to push. They're pushing pretty far away, but Candle went up into that compound directly above them. And now, but they also have the problem with the embassy. Also, Waterboy pushing towards that area too, and Candle can get himself in a little bit of trouble because it looks like Waterboy's coming right at him.
He might indeed. They're both running right parallel to each other right now, and it doesn't look like either of them have been able to spot each other so far anyway, but it is only a matter of time that they do indeed. OUTcast Alpha finally getting that fight against NH as well, and looks like OUTcast Alpha did get taken down, did they? No, they're still up. They're using the boat for a change.
And look at 10 HP, just like I said, both Autobots and 10 HP, both using a boat to try to come up and down. Now, danger is they've already lost Fat Boy, 3 of the members of the Autobots in that boat. Someone catches eyes on you and puts rounds on you, and you're done. Same thing with 10 HP coming up behind them.
They might get spotted by T4P, who themselves had to swim all the way across from Hatin to get into that coast zone. But it is not the best of zones for T4P either. They do have the ridge, they do have a little mountain to work with, but they have Oracle back in Cow. They have of course Misfire Zeus coming up on them. They have villains coming up on them. Forsaken Gaming have crossed over as well, and looks like they are trying to hold villains down at the bottom as well.
I want to see, is this now 10 HP? 10 HP, and now this Autobots have seen each other. They're putting rounds on each other.
Let's take a look at this
and
boat fight right
10
there.
HP jumps out of the boat first. They're able to get out of the boat first. Both teams Autobots did not have to jump out of the boat. They were able to blow up 10 HP's boat first, which is obviously a huge advantage when it comes to this match, because now these Autobots can get back in the boat and now pick off this 10 HP players one at a time, where 10 HP has no chance to return fire at all.
Absolutely not, but still Autobots got to be really careful. Ecuador getting spotted, though. He's down to a sliver of health as well. He cannot peek no more. And the zone has shifted further up northeast side. Oracle was able to spot T4P as well. Dodger is going to go down for Oracle. Let's take a quick look back at Oracle Madara right here. They're able to spot both Samson and Zeno as well coming out into the water. But Dodger will be the one to get thirsted. Zeno and Samson still trying to make their way in, but they're not in the most favorable spots right here. They will have to go all the way back into the north side compound right there, that little village by the beach. They cannot move into Cow at all with Madara and Perk holding all these angles, and of course they have Notorious all the way back as well, trying to loot up a little bit still. And taking a look back down on Dembasy right now. Dembasy losing a man. Aurora going down as well. Glitchy gets caught out in the open. Aurora still have 2 men for their teams. Diego is about to get picked up by Waterboy as well. Snuggles was the one who was able to spot Team 15 coming down and was able to drop some shots, getting that first knockoff as well. But they're still holding. OUTcast Bravo is not pushing this knock. They don't know how many people there are, where they are, so that could have been the best decision to make, not to push that. We do have Misfire up on the mountain in the northeast side as well. They might have been the third party that could have taken out OUTcast Bravo had they chosen to push on that knock, but they didn't. So we have all 4 alive for all these 3 teams up on the screen right now.
It is getting jam-packed right now. We still have 57 people, 20 teams in this tiny circle. It is getting out right now. If I can get my team in zone and a safe compound, I might just be like, you know what? Let's hold it down. Let's not worry about it. Let's let some of these teams die off before we try to get into any more of these issues.
Well, speaking of teams dying off, looks like J4F was able to drop FG down. Forsaken Gaming is down and out early on in the game in 20th spot place. This time.
Team currently overall in 4th place.
Yes, sir. J4F will be coming out real strong and real motivated after that fight against one of the top teams off these scrims. And they do have Unzipped real close, and they probably will be looking down on them as they try to make zone. Both these teams try to make zone, but J4F does has the lead on Unzipped right now. So if they do make that zone early on and try to place themselves on that compound south of Tap Mark, they might be able to spot Unzipped as well. But it doesn't look like they were able to. SpaceX dropping some shots down on J4F as well, and Giuliani is real low trying to get in. Lagodu gets spotted by Jerry. Good shots exchanged. Lagodu's gonna go down. Junie's still there, might be able to get that pickup off. Giuliani is trying to get that heal off. Drago is trying to get a wide flank in as well. All of these teams are trying to get into zone. Luxuria has been downed as well. Last one up for Aurora. Who is last one up for Aurora right now? It is AU Hala, the last one up, and is he in the zone? No, he's not. He's on top of the mountain.
I don't know why. Julie just drove right at Misfire and then jumped out of his car, got him immediately thirsted or wasted. So I don't know what that play was all about. But I don't know if it now looks like the rest of the tequila shots are going to try to. They're pushing away from him. I don't know what Junie's what mentality was behind that, where he just drove right at him, jumped out of his car. And then all 4 Misfire guys just shot him. So I don't know. While the rest of the team, Broden and the rest of the guys just took off. It didn't have anything. Didn't even push Misfire or anything. Although I'll give Misfire credit, they Trudy's just crawling around. They waited a while before finally finishing him off, but they did not thirst him immediately or punch him or anything like that. I know that Broden didn't like that what happened with Alpha, so looks like the Misfire guys heard that and waited a good 30 seconds before finishing off Trudy.
Absolutely.
But now we still have 18 teams. We've been in there 16 minutes. We have 18 teams, 47 players. I mean, it's going to be what we're seeing now is how many of these teams have all 4 players. A lot of these teams have lost 1, 2, 3 of their players, and they're not at full strength. And now look at all these teams coming out of Paradise. New Hampshire, you have Unzipped, and Top striker, Zeus.
Top strikers
trying to
almost
get
getting
out-
taken down, but Puddles will get taken down by New Hampshire from a flank. Dookie coming in clutch for their team. They're going to pick up a couple of kills out of nowhere on Unzip right now. K9 still in there. Zeus from Top Strikers, last man up, still in the mix as well. He has to be really, really careful. Even if he is able to survive Unzipped right here, they still have NH right down northeast side as well. And further down northeast side, it's going to be Dembasy taking it off against Tequila Shots right now with Broda and Razik. Razik being down, Broda trying to make his way to Razik to get a pickup. Tryhard is really, really far off. He needs to come close as well to pop some shots off just to get Dembasy to stop pushing on him. Broda still not able to make his way to Razik though. Razik crawling back with that smoke screen popped. A good nade coming in, but Razik fell back right on time. Dembasy is still a three-man team with Waterboy getting taken down early off, but they do have another three-man team to fight off with. Could still be anyone's game. Diego's trying to get as close as possible. He's not been able to do much in that direction anyway. Now changes his attention out back into the southeast side and drops a couple of shots down on North Hampshire and Unzipped. Dookie almost getting lit up, but he has been boosted and he will be able to get that full health recovered as Unzipped come down and are ready to cross over. Dookie might spot both of them coming out. Let's see what Dookie does. He does spot him. He's just not able to drop any shots because he just doesn't know how many more coming in. K9 is trying to get that heal off while walking inside the zone, and he will indeed make it. Dookie still holding. Now drops those shots. Sparsely goes down. K9 goes down. User almost goes down as well. Dookie with the two-piece back-to-back. Good shots. User now coming around, but not a lot of movements for User. He's not going to be able to make a lot of difference right now. Dookie is not letting that pedal go. He is he will keep firing into that smoke, hopefully catching a couple more hits on him. But looks like Sparsely was able to make his way around the rock as well. He will get picked up by User. And as we speak, coming out into this 5th and 6th zone, we are looking at the last 12 teams alive still, with 31 people
Still
in the game.
Teams, wow.
Right, and taking a look at OUTcast Bravo, who have placed themselves early on into the better part of the zone, and they're probably going to be looking down at T4P coming in. J4F have been caught out by Misfire Zeus. Blade goes down from Misfire Zeus as well. Delusion getting down as well. Cal needs to get a heal off, but won't be able to with Hacks on a wide flank. Was able to drop those shots down. Misfire Zeus has been downed and out. 10 teams still alive. J4F Hacks, the clutch. Crispy's been downed and out as well, though. Tequila Shots is Tryhard with the white flank was able to drop those fire shots on him. Misfire coming in on Tryhard right now. Tryhard will prone. Luigi coming in from behind. Tryhard almost catching him. Biscuit gets caught out in the open by Razik coming into zone. Candle almost getting caught as well. Tryhard will drop a couple of shots in, but not able to do any damage. Luigi's still up. The last one up for the team as we speak. Candle goes down. Biscuit goes down. And Tequila Shots will just about make it into the zone as well. Dembasy catching them though. They will drop a couple of shots in, but not able to drop any kills. Any drops either. Notorious on the other hand from Oracle, able to drop those last few shots on AB, and Autobots are going to be out as well. 6 teams alive in the zone, all on the edge of the zone. No one is trying to get down in the middle. If they do, they're probably going to be surrounded in all directions. So all of these teams are well aware of that fact and just trying to keep that edge of the zone and see where the next zone pushes them. OUTcast Bravo.
One team has all 4 players. All team has at least 3 or less.
Which team has all 4 players?
None of them. All teams are either 3 or left.
Right.
Only have 3 or players, so no one's had a full group going into this last circle, and the circle is wide open.
It really is. It really is wide open.
A little bit of I mean, there are some trees, but I mean, people are going into a wide open area. That's why no one really wants to push in there until the very last second.
Absolutely, but Dembasy on the other hand were able to come on in on J4F. Jerry getting dropped, Hacks exchanging some shots, but of course Diego had different plans. He dropped him down instantly, and down and out goes J4F as well. Marvin is still down for his team, trying to crawl his way into the zone. Sandhawk does allow a slower zone, so he might just be able to beat it and make it into the zone, but he's been bleeding too fast. It's got to be careful over there. And Tequila Shots might be able to spot him coming in as well. On the other hand, OUTcast Bravo team is 3 men strong. Broda able to spot Awaken as he's trying to get that heal off on Marvin, but Marvin will be thirsted and Awaken will be down. Diego, last one up for the team. Right next to Tequila Shots, Razik still trying to get those eyes down. Diego still trying to crawl in. If Razik gets up, he has all the eyes on Diego right now. Let's see if he does though.
Samson and Zeno still up for T4P. The team we're gonna be people we're gonna be talking to right after this match, along with Oracle to their right and OUTcast Bravo to their left.
And there comes Razik. Oh my god, right on the edge of his own health. Razik able to drop him down. And down and out goes Dembasy as well. Samson going down from T4P. OUTcast Bravo's Goose almost getting lit up by Broda on a white flank. Broda and Razik looking good on this zone. They're just about on the edge, and they do have a small ridge to work with as Oracle, T4P, and OUTcast Bravo all try to make their way into the zone. Notorious coming in close. Perk still trying to hug that zone. OUTcast Bravo coming on behind T4P right now. And Zeno has all the years on him. And now Zeno will drop those shots. James and Goose going down in quick succession. And Oracle coming in clutch, dropping Zeno down. And it looks like Oracle will be coming up in this top 3 fight with an upper hand with 3-man strong. But Tequila Shots are able to use that high ground and drop some shots down on Perk. Almost catching him out in the open too. Perk needs to move. Get that creep. And Perk gets caught, snuggles with the shots.
Wow.
But Broda come in and drops him down as well. 2v2 for the Game 3 final right here. Let's see how this turns out. Madara and Notorious on the foothill. Razik and Broda enjoying that upper hand on the top of the hill with the Overwatch position. Madara and Notorious will have to be really careful pushing up over here.
We talked to Broda earlier. We know he's not worried, not low stress kind of guy. Let's see if he can clutch this victory. The team currently in 3rd place.
By the way they've placed themselves, it does look like they might be able to clutch this victory, but that is not to take anything away from Oracle. They've been performing really well, and they might be able to get that dub as well. It's a 2v2. It could still be anyone's game. Notorious pushing up the first few shots. Down on Broda. Razik still up, but down to about 60% health. Here comes Madara. They're both firing those shots down on Smoke and the tree. Notorious is going to fall just a little outside. Razik almost getting caught as well. Madara able to drop him down. Good game for Oracle coming in with that dub in Game 3. A 3-man team able to get that chicken dinner with about 8 kills for the team. Of course, Tequila Shots coming out in 2nd position this game. They've themselves dropped about 10 kills. Truly getting caught in the open quite early in the match. But the 3-man team of Tryhard, Razik, and Broda were holding it strong, dropping 10 kills together. And that 2nd position in game number 3 as well. 3rd position, of course, OUTcast Bravo coming in clutch. 3 kills for the team, but they've had really placed themselves really well and taken their fights and choosing their fights really well up in this game so far.
That was outstanding. It's just a great match going to the 4th, like you said. And then the OUTcast Bravo with 3rd place with 3 kills. T4P in 4th place. We're going to be talking to soon with only 2 kills. The Embassy in 5th with 7, just for fun in 6th with a lot of kills with 9, 11, 18 kills in 6th place. 7th place.
Damn.
The Misfire Ares with 5 kills, and in 8th place, the Autobots with 7 kills. So, like I said, we're going to see how close it is. Now, I think some of those teams that got in the top 10, they're liking what they're liking. Now they need one more match to get in there and finish off this night on the top of these at their best level, and don't want to finish out, playing poorly or not finishing with leaving any points on the board, as they say.
Absolutely. And J4F with those 18 kills this game. Damn.
Wow.
J4F did also drop in boot camp early on as well. So coming out of a hard drop in boot camp and dropping that 18 kills, getting that 6th position secure as well. What a game they've had as well, coming into game number 4 pretty soon.
A lot of points. Even though they came in 6th place, those kills are going to rocket them up the rankings. They should be doing very, very well.
Absolutely, and looks like we will have T4P's Samson and Zio coming in for an interview pretty soon, and we'll be right back with that interview for you guys and game number 4 too. So do not go anywhere. Get those tickets in. Get that chance to win the giveaway as well. Drop that follow on the stream and share the stream and all that good stuff, and we'll be right back with some more fun. Right, we are on. Do we have T4P up in here?
We should be. We should. I don't know what their delay is. Maybe Samson is too busy. Oh no, we already have Zeno in here from T4P. So Zeno, thank you very much for giving us a little bit of your time.
Thank you for having me.
And of course, as one of the best players, most underrated and funniest players, Tasty for Pecker Samson is in here also. So Samson, again, thank you for giving us a little bit of your time also.
Anytime.
So we're talking to the number 1 team in the league, T4P. You guys have been consistent throughout. We saw in week 1 where SpaceX dominated match 1 and match 2, and then pretty much fell apart in match 2. You guys have done the opposite. You guys have just been consistently scoring points every single scrim. What is the mindset when you guys go in there to always just never have a bad match? You guys just have a good match, a quality match after quality match after quality match.
To be honest, there's no really secret behind it. I just kind of let my players loot at the beginning and wait till second or third circle just to rotate in. Because rotating in by first, second is just too early in my opinion.
Well, I do see that you guys in Erangel, you guys are up north. You guys are pretty much saying, "Come up here if you dare." You guys aren't like hiding out. You guys, if you're the like right pretty much north central. That's what you guys have picked to be your looting place, and then you rotate in pretty much wherever you have to go after that. What made you kind of pick that space to drop at and be your quote unquote like home for Erangel matches?
To be honest, we kind of, to be honest, I used to IGL for a different team, and seeing them that they still use the drop spots that I gave them, I decided to just not contest them, and instead just pick out my own spots and see what was free and what wasn't. And so we just ended up taking Severny.
If you look at, we've been talking about how important it is for a squad to be well-rounded. If you look at this T4P team, you got Smiley in 5th place coming in tonight with 23 kills, Dodger in 7th with 20, Samson in 8th with 19, and of course some guy named Zeno also make it coming in that top 20 in 16th place. All 4 starters of that T4P team is in that top 20, so you don't have to worry about if one person gets knocked. You see some teams, maybe if 1 or 2 of their players get knocked, they're pretty much automatically in defense mode, but it seems like everyone on your team can clap out if needed.
Yeah, it just depends on the position I put them in. I technically put them before myself as an IGL. And so I just put them where they can excel the most.
And he's really good at that.
Is it hard to have such a great player such as Samson on your team? Knowing she is, and if you could get her, so I did put her on my fantasy team, so if you could get her some more kills, I'd really appreciate it. So give me a couple extra dollars at the end of the week, you know, in that thing. So you guys now, although you're in 1st place, it's not like you guys have won it. This is a 187 black where you guys are up by 300 points. You're up by 1 point. How are you guys going to keep this going? Week 2, week 3, week 4, all the way to week 8.
Basically just kind of getting good position in late zones, and just defending where we're positioned at.
And I mean, you guys haven't really had it so far, but what happens, quote unquote, with that stress bug or that you have a bad, everyone has a kind of a bad match or two. How is that going to affect you guys? Have a problem with toxicity or with bad attitudes? How do you guys deal with that if it is a
No,
problem?
no, we don't
We
usually
don't.
have that problem. We kind of just learn from it, call out the mistakes, and just move on to the next game. I was
Just
pretty
like
upset during that Miramar game, though. Not gonna lie.
just like on day one, we placed really bad in the first 2 games, and we come back and we get a win. It doesn't affect us. We just move on and do what we can.
That's a good point, because if you guys have a couple of bad quote unquote matches, how do you guys then stay motivated to not have a bad scrim? Because a couple of bad matches is one thing, but a bad scrim is a whole other thing. We saw it with SpaceX, where they had 2 great scrims and they had scored 1 point in the next one. How do you kind of turn that around if you do have 1 or 2 bad matches, so that the whole night isn't just quote unquote bad?
To be honest, I couldn't tell you. It's just having really chill and relaxed players on the team,
So maybe
and
I
having a
agree.
great mentality.
not
Yeah.
overthinking it, just letting the people go out there
Yeah.
and do their thing.
Right.
Well, I said, you guys are, this is a relative, quote unquote, relatively new. Of course, we've seen Samson, we've seen you, Zeno, we've seen Dodger, we've seen you guys on other teams, but seeing you guys together in this T for P is a new team. You guys came around right at the start, end of the preseason, start of the season, and have dominated pretty much the whole time. What kind of caused you guys to kind of like come together and decide that this is going to be the team we're going to go forward with in this OUTcast season 2?
To be honest, it was Dodger's idea. He would not let it go for me to build a team because he heard that I was a great IGL. And I got 4 strong players. To be honest, Smiley the strongest on the team in my opinion. And we all just kind of synergized within the first few days of playing OUTcast.
No, obviously, Samson, you've been on a couple of teams. You've seen you play, and you've been a great player for a while. What was the the motivation to go on this team? I mean, you pretty much could have gone on any team in here and play. And what made you choose this team over any other team?
It was so natural. They just asked me to sum one night, and we ended up winning the whole night. We got 2 firsts and a second. Very first time playing with them. And even afterwards, I was thinking about it. I just love them. They're very calm. Their voices are just so easy to play with. You never feel stressed. They just always have the right confidence, and you know you can go into any fight and come out of it alive. They're just really great players to be with. I'm so proud that they're my teammates.
Well, you guys are, the proof is in the pudding. You guys have come out here and really slapped everybody around. And I know that a lot of teams, you guys, we were always looking at what's going to be that dominant team that's going to come in here. We didn't really see it like we saw in the first season, and you guys might be that team. So good luck tonight and for the rest of the season. I'm sure we'll have you on again later on in the season when you guys are probably still up in that top 3 position, if not in the number 1 position still.
Yep.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
And there we go. A team that came together at the very end and has just been doing nothing but clapping and getting and not having bad scrims. Like they said, they scored 62 points, but they did it with scoring, points every single night. Not like we saw SpaceX was scoring 30 points, 2 first places, then a 1-pointer. They've been just playing well consistently all in the first week, and it's so far it's rewarded them with a first place finish, and they're doing very, very well, as we see tonight, currently in first place. And now they've lengthened that lead by what is that, 15 points over just
about
fun.
15 points. Yep.
So the way I look at it is the way this works. If you're within 29 points, technically you can still come up there if there's an amazing finish. We've seen it. A team gets knocked out in 16th place, get 1 placement point. Another team gets 30. That's 29 points different. So they haven't won this yet, but they have got themselves a nice lead going into this last match, trying to extend their lead. But just for fun, right behind them, Villains.
Same.
The team is coming up too. Villains and just for fun. Yeah, that's 22 points or 19. Who's
Yep.
gonna get that right now? Just for fun. They've got the kills. They've really dominated the kills over Villains. So Villains is really their chance to jump them over. Is they have to get a lot more placement points, because they're not going to, I don't think, get 20. Well, they could get 20 kills in the last match, but being 34-14 in kills, the tiebreaker is definitely in just for fun's favor. Oracle, a team that we haven't seen a lot of. I think they haven't played all the matches in 4th place. And, of course, the #1 team, SpaceX, currently in 5th place. So if they excuse the 5th place, will they fall out of the 2nd place, fall either farther down? Who knows? We'll see how they play this last match.
Well, if you think about it, from the 2nd place all the way to 6th place, the points difference is just about 9 points. That's it.
That's exactly. I mean, right now, I guarantee you, one of these teams is 2nd through 6th. I'm willing to bet one of these teams is going to get knocked out 16th or worse and really cost themselves a lot of points.
Absolutely.
Let's see which one of these teams, just the averages is going to tell us one of these teams is going to have a bad drop or something's going to happen and they get knocked out early. Let's see who it's going to be as we go into this last match. There's so much left unanswered before the scrim is over.
Absolutely, and look at this, another eerie playing path favoring the west side more than the east side, and it is going to be a hard jump for most of these teams. We're already looking at MO4 dropping, both the MO4 teams actually dropping early on. MO4 Dark J is going to be the only one dropping over here in a military base for his team. It's going to be a solo for his team. I don't know where the rest of the team is. That is unfortunate for him. So I think he's going all out at that point, with OUTcast Alpha dropping another split one by the west side bridge of Millie Base Island. We're looking at Tequila Shots, who's going to drop right across the bridge and probably going to hold them off as well. And down and out goes Dark J early on. FP able to catch him just as he was dropping a couple of shots. Unlucky for him, being a one-man squad. Well, I wouldn't call that unlucky. I think he had that plan. He kind of knew what was going to happen, and he just decided to land on a 1v4 spot right there.
I mean, I don't really know. Like, the rest of the team is, I don't know why he just decided to do that all by his lonesome. Was he, like, that really is an odd decision to make.
Absolutely.
Just to jump completely by yourself, pretty much knowing that you're going to get yourself wasted. I mean, where is the rest of the...
I think they just missed the game. They just missed the game. That is it for MO4 Black.
That kind of tells us why he probably did that. Then he probably figured that the team, no one else in the team showed up, so you might as well just call it a night and get out of here early.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that Metal 4 Bravo team is a team that is one of our better teams, not even really showing for that last match and cost them big. And now this OUTcast Bravo and Aurora team. Aurora, we all know, everyone knows if you go down to Primorsk, who's going to be down there. It looks like OUTcast Bravo doesn't care. They're going to go down there anyway and mix it up with Aurora right off the bat.
Absolutely, and Hala's getting lit up right now. Good nade coming in as well. How did that nade reach there? Who was... Oh, maybe it was his own nade. Damn. I almost thought OUTcast Bravo was able to make that nade all the way over there. That would have been impossible, but Hala's been down to about 30-35% health. He's going to fall back as well, probably going to regroup with Luxuria and Glitchy back by the warehouses and probably go further south and come around OUTcast Bravo up in the west side of Primorsk. But right now, it does look like OUTcast Bravo does have the upper hand with most of the angles, most of the hard cover in this Primorsk drop. Glitchy, Hala, and Luxuria are probably going to be limited to the southeast side the two-story houses. Hala just about moving out of the cafeteria. Luxuria trying to grab those loot off of the warehouse over by the southeast side as well. So OUTcast Bravo have really placed themselves well, but they got to make that push early on, taking these compounds right here in front of the screen and probably prevent Aurora coming in and getting some more loot and getting suited up for another fight. Let's see how they play this though.
This Aurora team is an all-female team. They are, and Hala, formerly BDE Mom, used to play on the same team as some of the members of BDE, or of OUTcast Bravo, especially Chibi and those guys, so they all know each other very well. This Snuggles and Hala and all these players, so, you know, they used to be all on the same team before BDE kind of packed it in to become OUTcast Bravo.
And it looks like Quack Fu were going to contest Forsaken Gaming one more time, and quite like the last few games, Quatch gets taken down early on again, and it looks like that is going to be it indeed. But I think they were able to drop Pain down, so one man down for Forsaken Gaming.
What did we say about those teams in the top? Those teams, Quack Boy, I think if I wasn't mistaken, was one of them getting knocked out very, very early.
Absolutely,
it's going to cost them. I think they were in that top 10, so at that one point is obviously going to affect them very, very poorly in the overall stats.
It might affect them poorly if the rest of the teams on that second page do not make it to top 15 or top 16 position.
Excellent point.
But if we do see the same teams that were on the second page again on the second page, that might just be the saving grace for Quack Fu right there. But that is a really hard bet to take. On the other hand,
it's you always want to put the situation in your hands, and when the opportunities are out of your hands, you just have to sit there and watch and hope. It makes it so much more difficult.
oh, absolutely. Looks like OUTcast Alpha, on the other hand, drop in with that split close to the west side bridge on Millibase Island, have decided to further open or further widen their split right there. And Voodoo and Brownie are gonna take in the compounds just by the beachside road on the Millibase Island. And of course, Raven and Jay are trying to make a wide flank all the way around Millibase. I'm not sure how this flank might work. I think they are just trying to see if there is any teams who did their split drops over by the Millibase Island coast side compounds. But other than that, I really don't see why Jay and Raven would be all the way out there unless they were looking for a vehicle. But that's about the only reason they could have been out there.
Yeah, Metaphor, both and OUTcast Alpha rotating towards the same bridge. And if you do also look at, for a little humor, C-Dub came in and he was in the center of the room, so he's found himself out on C-Dub Island all by his lonesome, just getting some sun, prone, hoping that nobody sees him and shoots him way out there all by his lonesome.
Well, 10 HP might spot him, though. It looks like 10 HP still might spot him. That would be interesting.
He's out there just sunning himself, enjoying the nice summer evening.
C-Dub, of course, the COO of OUTcast Esports right there, just sunbathing up in the final game of tonight's scrims right here.
And if you want to see all the hard work that those guys have put in there, go over to OutcastEsports.com. All the stats are right there for you. You can look it up. As soon as they fill it up, you're going to know when it's done. You want to know when is it done? Well, it's obviously this is going to be 16th match. So once you see that your team has 16 matches under your name, that's when you know that your team's been updated and all the stats are in there. You go through there and pour through all those stats. All the matches are up there, both singular and as a group. You can flush through those stats and really get a lot of information. Now it looks like this Autobots and GME have been kind of like messing with each other, and they drop so close to each other over by Quarry and north of Quarry. They're always kind of getting into it, match in, match out, and it looks like they're having a little bit of the same. It looks like now that they're pushing them, that this Autobots is pushing this GME team.
Savage, oh my god, he's gonna run straight into Stanky. That three-man squad dropping some good plays right there. Of course, we have Jake on a white flank right close to Savage. If Savage is able to drop Jake, he might be able to get that attention away from the rest of the squad. But right now, Ghost is gonna go down as well. And it looks like Stanky is getting thirsted. So Savage might just be the last man alive for GME. And Jake now is gonna be moving away from him. But still there, though. Savage might still not be out of danger.
I don't think Jake knows he's there.
No, he doesn't.
He'd be driving right like this, right by him.
No, I don't think he does either. He's going to go back and regroup with the team. And Savage somehow just about surviving that. Jake almost running into a rock. If he got stuck over there, Savage might have been able to drop some shots in. But I would probably not recommend dropping any shots at this point. Just get out of here. Oh, my God.
Just get out of there and stay alive.
Nope.
Stay alive. Nope.
Get it.
He drops rogue.
Get it.
But the problem is
Rain.
Able to get the finish on any of these players.
It doesn't look like it. Fat Boy coming in as well. A couple of shots popping again, but Rogue is going to get picked up. Jake is still in the compound close by. Still looking on top. Savage doesn't know that. And there's Jake, and down he goes indeed. Savage will go down. He should have just taken the zone, but hey, it's game 4. I guess it's worth it or not. We'll find out whether it is.
Happens, when you're like that, the probability of being able to get up there and get a knock in first is low, and the chance of a whole 4 squad getting hit on is pretty high, but they win for it. And
just like that.
Misfire, looks like the Misfire team is going against Team New Hampshire. I don't know where that battle is going on, but
it's in North George.
The North George, yeah. So the Team New Hampshire team that is Duke's favorite team, not really being very successful so far this season.
Dookie getting taken down earlier.
Now they're down to I don't know if Horsepower was able to get a kill so far in this scrim, or if his scoreless streak has continued. but he was up to, I think, 11 before the tonight started.
Damn. Here's a 3-man push on Black Kenobi right now. First few shots popping. Kenobi going down. Baby going down as well. Kenobi will get thirsted.
And see, this is the problem. What is horsepower doing?
Right.
The horsepower, you need to either get out of here or push. But just standing there doing, like, watching a circle, hoping that a miracle happens and somebody, like, whisks him away. Hoping maybe no one hears him, but I'm pretty sure they know he's in there.
Yeah.
You see this so often when you have 1 or 2 players that either don't push or they don't pull out. They just stay in this middle spot, which is no man's land. Best thing that horsepower can hope for now is that Misfire doesn't hear him.
All the way.
And just takes off.
All the way back down. Looks like in Primorsk, both the teams were trying to get out. Snuggles and Glitchy are able to spot each other, but no one dropping each other. Hala's going to come up from behind, and let's see if she's able to spot Snuggles down or not, but Glitchy won't let her. Glitchy will get that knock on Snuggles as well, and Snuggles will be thirsted pretty soon. Crispy and James still alive for the team, but why were they split out like that? The 2-man team of Aurora able to drop 2 men down from OUTcast Bravo. There's no way they should have been able to do that, but they did, and they are gonna be in a 2v2 against OUTcast Bravo pretty soon. Right now, James is able to spot Glitchy right behind the rock. Snuggles died, and Glitchy still has that buggy. She might be able to pick up Hala, and just move out of there if she does choose to do so. But James and Crispy both looking down, both trying to drop some shots down, trying to pinch them inside the zone, not letting them move. On the other hand, looks like MSF Ares decided to just move out of there. There's no point staying in the blue zone no more.
Allowing Magic Fiesta and Horsepower just to stay alive just because they didn't do anything. I mean, it's going to be difficult for a team to be successful if 2 of your players push, the other 2 just hide out in buildings. Yes, you have 2 players left, but how successful are you going to be with that mindset over an entire season?
Absolutely right.
Doc and Samson already. That's obviously a huge battle right off the bat.
What a nade coming in from Hax, catching Shinu out just about. He was jumping out of that window, but Shinu's gonna be thirsted pretty soon if Joker's not able to make that push. Some smoke trails are coming off. Hax is pushing that. Joker is aware of that, gonna run around in the crates. Jerry's trying to provide some cover. Hax come around. Down goes BTE. What a push by Jerry and Hax right there.
And Zito's just taking off on Dodger. Zito's just gone. Pretty much leaving Dodger to die. Pretty much accept the fact that Zito's going to be the only one left.
Oh, man.
And that's exactly what happened. Zito down to a 1-man squad. Obviously, Zito obviously knows what he's doing as an IGL, but sacrificing Dodger just to get out of there, keep himself alive, and score some more points. As now the #1 team is down to 1 player going in with 21 teams still left.
He's gonna have to play super passive right now as we look back at MO4 looking down at Dembusy right now. Awaken's been knocked as well. FP, BBC, and Freakish are trying to make their moves, coming in on Diego and Waterboy as Waterboy gets Awaken up. Looks like it's a 3v3, or rather a 3v4 up in our hands. Scarface way further behind from his team across the road, really could be able to spot both Waterboy and Awaken on that 3-stack, but Grandma from behind spots BBC. Those shots could have been it, but he wasn't able to hit those. BBC still alive, still strong, waiting for the push from Diego. And the shots exchanged again. BBC letting Diego burn out his ammo right before getting that push going. Diego just about catches him though. Waterboy's been downed as well. Awaken right there for the push. Diego trying to get that thirst off on BBC. He does get that thirst off on BBC. FPP coming from behind, and Diego goes down instantly. Awaken able to drop FPP as well. Freakish coming into the 3-stack. Scarface not too far behind either. Let's see what they do over here. Molly's going to be popped off early on, and looks like Awaken is going to go straight for that pickup. Freakish quite aware of that. He's going to look straight at the balcony. He spots them. He drops him. Down goes Dembusy.
If you look at what the heck is OUTcast Alpha doing? They have 2 of their members swimming, or Wadu is swimming. Browning's dead. Wadu is swimming by the one shore, and then way over is Jay by himself, and then where's Raven? Raven's over there in the water by himself. So this team is completely separated. It's pretty much 3 different areas of the map. And I have no idea what this strat is.
I'm pretty sure they're just going for placement. They're trying to get as many edges as they can and probably hold off for placement, especially trying to go across the bridge at this point would have been really hard push with all these teams still alive, 18 teams still alive as we speak, so could have been a really hard push. And of course Brownie getting taken down early on, and we've seen Brownie being the one who does scout ahead for the team, who does find out the best spots to stop at. With him gone, it might have been a lot of different opinions clashing together, and that's probably the result we have.
I mean, Jay's trying to get past over there by Wadu, but if he gets much closer, he's gonna get seen by Mobile Warriors and pretty much blown the heck out of the boat. So he's just gonna go by, and then I mean, what? 3,000 meters, 2,000 meters away, you have Raven swimming as trying to swim in the zone.
Well, Jay's moved into the
Jay
zone.
has moved in. He was able to get in there, but Mobile Warriors obviously knows he's down there.
It looks like they know. Jay's trying to get up as well. Achi's going to fall back just a little bit. Coop already kind of knows about that boat driving past, but I don't think Coop still knows that the boat stopped right here. And look at where the boat stopped, right on the drop. Don't think you can take them, though. Drop. Oh, you can take regular drops. You can't get those flare drops, right?
Exactly. Jay doesn't even worry about it. He's like, you know what? You can. Now he sees it. He's like, oh, jeez. There's a drop right on my boat. I totally didn't see that.
Yep. Not the best of places to be in. Not this little cliff, this little ridge is not my favorite to be in, to be honest. There's no hard cover. You are pretty much visible from every direction, of course, from the west side as well, with those teams coming out of that hill compound where we're looking at right now. OUTcast Bravo is coming out into the hill compound as well, and if they do decide to move further east, they're probably going to be able to spot both Jay and Varu on the edge of that cliff right there.
Wadu can get. I don't know. Wadu's not even going for either. I mean, both these guys can go for. Oh, Jay's just jumped about 10,000 feet down and didn't get any damage. Looks like they are going to go to that crate, pick it up, and get that loot. But and not. I mean, it looks like the Mobile Warriors. Y'all always there. I don't know why they're not pushing over there. They're knowing that they're over there. I don't know what they're. Maybe they don't want to get too close and then end up getting clapped or whatever. But I mean, they're right there. You know exactly where they're at. I mean, I don't know. You just throw some grenades down there or something.
Absolutely. It doesn't look like they have all the ideas, or they don't quite know exactly how many there are. But right now we're looking at Misfire Ares, who's pushing up on J4F. It's going to be a 3v3 battle if I'm not wrong. J4F losing a man as well. Here is Hacks getting pushed up on Candle. Candle with a drop. Gets the thirst as well. Jerry and Dorado still up for their team. They're trying to make that push. Candle jumping right outside. Will use that wall to get some cover and some heals off as well. Rogue is coming in as well from behind. Dorado still holding, not able to make that push with a three-man team holding literally all the angles. Rogue on the left, Candle on the right, and of course Baby with that high ground up in the 3-stack are able to hold off Jerry and Dorado. A good nade coming in from Dorado, though.
Yeah, they gotta be smart. You gotta be smart and push into the group. This just for friends, is just for fun is a really good team. I think they're top 4 going in here. They're 5th place overall.
Absolutely.
So you don't want to rush them like they're a bunch of potatoes. You know exactly what they're doing now. Dorado and Jared pushing back, probably trying to get the heck out of Dodge. Rogue trying to get close. You got to make sure that you don't leave yourself on an angle that you can't get up on. Now Rogue, Candle and Baby are both pushing, trying to get there.
Rogue does get spotted by Dorado, though. Some good AK shots coming in, dropping him down to about 50% health. But Candle and Baby still trying to make those moves. A bad nade from Jerry, who there almost would have caught Dorado. Damn. A good nade from Baby, though, and Dorado will fall back to stairs to get that heal off again. None of these teams really have had themselves in any position to actually make a full push coming in, except for that first push from Misfire Ares. But so far, other than that, this 2v3 is still anyone's game. Now, Rogue and Candle are trying to make that push happen again. If Baby can get on that roof one more time, she might be able to spot Dorado up in that building. It's some more shots from behind. It looks like we got Forsaken Gaming coming into the play. Autobots are going to be rotating as well into the shelter compound right now. They're not all the way down. They're just about going to be stopping on the ridge. and probably gonna look down at the compound where J4F and Misfire Ares are fighting right now. Out back, Oracle are on the top of the hill. They're trying to get some early zones as well, and they are in zone. Looks like they're gonna be stopping on top of the hill as well, right next to Villains. And TXS on the other hand are going to be rotating right in the middle of the two teams. Looks like they just changed their course. They're driving straight into Villains. Let's take a look what's going on over here as TXS push straight into Villains. A 4-man team is pushing into another 3-man team right here. Reclusive coming back. Of course, Reclusive won that Miramar game all by himself while fighting against another 3v2 team over there. So Villains more than capable of getting a dub and getting those shots in as well. A 3v4, they are capable of getting it, but let's see if they are able to get it or not. A good nade coming in. Legend almost getting caught, but not enough. Mafia on a white flank. Reclusive might be able to spot him. He didn't though. Zeus does get spotted though. Frankie with that M4 shots was able to drop Zeus down, and TXS Broken is now trying to make that push in for the pickup. Reclusive on the other hand, quick drop and thirst on Mafia. Legend danger close straight in the middle of that firefight. He's just prone, waiting for Frankie to push up in on him. But he also has Hendrix pushing up on top from the southeast side. We got Reclusive over on the east side, and over on the back, looks like we have some more fights. MOW Mobile Warriors are fighting it off with a Misfire Zeus squad right there, if I'm not mistaken. Cal is still up. Blade is gonna get thirsted as well. A good shot popping from Cal over on Achi, but was not able to catch him right, and Achi is still up. Legend is still up as well. Reclusive getting spotted, almost getting dropped. Yes, he does get dropped. Frankie is still up. Hendrix is still up as well. Legend will be the last one to go down for TXS. That is it.
Top strikers knocked out early.
Right, that's a great wipe for Villains with a 3v4 and not losing a single man down in that fight. MOW Achi on the other hand is still fighting it off against Cal from Misfire Zeus. He needs his team members to come on in, and there they go. Eddie, Orphan, and Coop are trying to make their way into the compound. Cal probably still a Navarre. Gets that knock on Achi though. Great headshot.
If I was Cal, this is your chance to get the heck out of Dodge. You know the whole squad's there.
Not anymore.
Oh, it's too late though. Now they're pushing to the other side.
Not anymore. He is probably burnt right now as well. The push is on, and good shots exchanged, but the 3-man squad a little too overpowering.
That push is too hard.
Yep, a good push from MOW really.
That's where you want to make a push. When you have a quality player like Cal, it's the only way to really guarantee it is just to push with numbers. One guy's probably gonna get tanked and get knocked. As long as you can get that finish before he gets thirsted, it's well worth it.
That was a good way to split as well. Achi being the one to hold it off all by himself while the rest 3 of his team push up. Jay getting knocked by OUTcast Bravo. James getting lit up by Voodoo right here from OUTcast Alpha. It's a 2v2 between OUTcast teams, and James is the only one up, and Voodoo is the only one up. They're firing against each other right now. James still has to make that pickup, but Voodoo won't let him. Voodoo almost getting caught, and does get caught in the end with a headshot. James with a quick little scope down on Voodoo. Down and out goes OUTcast Alpha as well. OUTcast Bravo still in the game, still very strong. On the other hand, Oracle's been taken down as well. Forsaken Gaming is trying to make their way into the zone. 10 HP, we've seen time and time again. They hold off until the last few zones,
right,
and they come in with all 4 strong, dropping those shots in all directions. Let's see if they are able to capitalize on this one as well. I don't think any other team other than 10 HP and MOW have a full squad right now. Actually, Autobots.
The HP team gonna rotate right into either Autobots or this Fire.
Yeah.
Team when they do come into this zone. Same thing with Forsaken Gaming. Are they going to push into the north, or are they going to push into the west and attack one of these 2 teams that already have a compound?
They might take a good little ridge over.
And here comes Ecuador. It looks like Ecuador and
Prod.
Ecuador and Prod going in there first.
Yep, they are danger close to that drop, and they're running straight into Autobots.
And that airdrop already has been tanked, so all it has is a 4x in a bag, but they're going to still take the risk, not knowing what is or is not in there. But then Autobots is right there, right on the other side of the road.
Yep, I think it did come into 10 HP's favor as they did stop that vehicle just about short of Autobots to be able to hear them. Prod on a white flank though. Prod was able to get that knock on Autobots, but not able to get the thirst. But of course, Ecuador, on the other hand, was about to go in for the thirst. And a misfire coming in clutch on an angle. Misfire Aries dropping that kill on Ecuador.
Wow, saving their former teammates, Autobots' former misfire Hades.
That is correct.
It looks like 10 HP is going to push it. They're kind of stuck in no man's land. Autobots and misfire, and that's really going to be hard for them because they're stuck between these two teams. It's going to be very hard to keep your angles set on both Autobots to your left and misfire to your right.
Absolutely. On the other hand, we have SpaceX in trouble right here as Giuliani and Juni both get dropped, but Lagodu coming in clutch from behind is able to stop that push coming in from Unzipped, gets that drop on User and holds them off behind a little bit. Drago makes his way all the way to Juni and is probably going to be able to get that pickup off as well, but it is still going to be a hard push back as looks like all their vehicles have been more or less disabled. Juni's up, Giuliani needs a pickup. Lagodu is pretty much pinned down as well. He's not able to get those moves in. Lagodu's probably going to hold it off and let Drago do that medic work as Lagodu holds off that Overwatch position and prevents any pushes coming in. A lot of shots exchanged over there as well. Goldie looks like the last one up. Bliss getting taken down as well in that pinch between Autobots and Misfire Ares team.
Goldie is just in just a complete no man's land. Just hoping to God that no one remembers that he's still alive. As there's no place for him to go at all.
Nope, Goldie will have to wait both these teams, if not one, to move out. But looks like Fat Boy is making a move across Goldie, and he did not spot him. Goldie is not letting any shots pop off and letting them move, really, and Goldie somehow survives that. Autobots are going to be making that rotation away from Misfire Ares as well, trying to get that early zone into this game as we are looking at 11 teams still alive. They stopped just on the hill, and now Misfire Ares are dropping those shots on them. Not the best of positions to stop at, to be honest. Still quite outside the zone, but
no, they gotta. There's no point to stop there. You either gotta keep going because now they're gonna rotate right into villains. Now they're split up with the Ripos rotating right into them.
They definitely were able to drop some good shots down on him. The villain's Hendrix gets taken down and out. Reclusive still up one more time. The last man to be up, but he goes down.
Mowing down. 1, 2, 3, takes out 3 of the Autobots by himself. Jake is still up.
So Fat Boy down, Rogue down, Rain down. Jake the only one up. He's probably going to have to crawl up, but he's getting lit up from bottom. Misfire Ares spotting him. SpaceX right across on the east side as well, over on the ridge. It's got to be careful being there. 10 HP Goldie gets spotted coming into the zone by Baby, and that is going to be it for 10 HP coming out in 10th position. Play zone.
Kendall and Rogue need to get in there. I mean, this zone is deadly. They need to hurry up.
Absolutely. Baby already got taken down by the zone. Candle makes it in. Rogue is already in as well. AB Rain finally gets down to play zone. Jake still holding it down though. He's still inside though. He just about makes it in. Jonica right there to pick him up. Peep is probably going to be getting some eyes down on Tequila shots as a full man squad down in the bottom. They got some hard cover, not most hard cover, but they do have just about the edge of the zone. Razek already making those moves, scouting ahead of the team, getting that zone early on, and probably be taking some attention off of the rest of the squad right there as they try to make their way into the trenches on the bottom. Forsaken Gaming looks like they have all the eyes down on them though. Both Peep and Jonica looking straight down at Tequila shots right now. On the other hand of the map, however, we have Misfire Ares, who's just about made it into the zone, but is probably gonna be lit up by SpaceX. Rogue almost getting dropped right there. Baby, or rather Candle, is full strong. No shots on him, not right now anyway. Puddles get taken down by Lagodu's shot, and he will be thirsted instantly as well. User is danger close to Giuliani. A good nade might get him. 2 back-to-back knocks on Sparsely and K9. A good nade indeed, but K9 just about survives those. But User coming in clutch was able to get a flank on and drop Giuliani instantly as well. Molly not going to make it. Sparsely is still trying to get some eyes on Lagodu coming right back on Drago. User gets spotted by Lagodu. Lagodu's been dropping shots today, and down goes Lagodu. Out goes Lagodu. Brad with the shots. Drago still up. He is trying to get some eyes on Giuliani. Giuliani will be thirsted as well. Drago will drive off into the zone. Probably catch that sniper tower or go further in and get that broken shack out in the open. He does get that broken shack out in the open indeed. And some fires exchanged again between Autobots, Jake, and Rogue. Rogue's made all the way, his way all the way up as Candle gets taken down as well. Rogue is trying to crawl into.
There he goes. He's back in.
He was about to die though.
Doesn't make it.
Definitely.
And both these guys, both Autobots, but they're in some bad spots. Both the Autobots and this Ares team both got themselves at least a 5th place finish. So finishing the night very strongly.
Absolutely, and we still have SpaceX's Drago alive, and he might be still able to get that top 3 finish as MO4, the 3-man team, is probably going to be looking over towards the killer shots on top. A 4-man squad who pushed up on Forsaken Gaming and got that wipe off as well. Good push from the killer shots, uphill battle, and they still won those. So we're looking at a 3-man squad and then 3 solos, and of course the full squad of the killer shots who have been looking so good and positioning themselves so well. Broda gets taken down by Freakish's shots over there, almost gets downed and thirsted as well. A good little quick shot coming in on part of the killer shots was able to push Freakish back a little bit, or he might have got that thirst off as well. FP going down, however. Tryhard with the shots this time. Three times scope on that M4. Scarface might have gotten taken down as well, but he is not. Broda is almost bled out. Razik is down as well. Truny trying to make his way in. The DP's popping right now. Drago with a nade, almost catching Scarface, but not enough. Rogue, if Rogue drops a good nade over there, might even get 2 kills and a knock. Tryhard comes right back around trying to spot MO4 moving again, but MO4 right on top of the situation was able to drop some amazing shots on Tryhard. Tryhard running straight into Rogue right now. Really low on health. It's got to be careful. 1 shot drop. Oh my god, Tryhard spots him though. Rogue going down, but Tryhard is down by Scarface from a distance. SpaceX getting that knock and kill on Scarface as well. Drago is still holding for the team. 4 teams alive. Tryhard's down. Razik and Truny up for the team. AB Jake up for Autobots. MO4 FP and Freakish still up for MO4. It's a 1v1, v2, v3 in game number 4 right here, man. It could still be anyone's game. A good nade popping in the direction of Drago, but not going to be able to make it either. Freakish almost getting caught by Drago's shots over there. FP is low as well. Better boost up, my man. Let's see if this nade hits. This might just hit. Oh no, it just bounces back. That nade could have been it for SpaceX right there, but it just about bounces back right on time. FB so unlucky over there.
No one wants to move now. Everyone's kind of got themselves, so they don't have to move, so they don't want to. But SpaceX and Jake, everyone else is try hard. Is oh, there goes Jake getting knocked out in 3rd place. So now it's just Drago on there.
Yep, it's just Drago.
Drago's pretty much got
1v3.
Okay, this me and the rest of those guys, so I'm done. So
well, he's spotted. He's gone.
Yeah, he's obviously. I guess he's just gonna let himself die out and not. Oh no! There you go. Congratulations. I like that. Went out with the gun shooting, not died in the blue. So congratulations to Drago. And
Good
we finish
stuff.
up Tequila Shots, a team that was 3rd place coming in tonight, clutching that last place victory. And we talked to Broda earlier. Wanted to not fall down the standings and get themselves not only that 1st place finish, but another 12 kills to go with it. SpaceX doing very well, even though they were in 5th place, I think, going into here, coming out with a 2nd place finish with 5 kills. Autobots coming in, pretty much ensuring themselves to be on the front side of that page with a 3rd place finish at 8 kills. Metaphor, the Alpha team with 6 kills. Misfire Ares also pretty much guaranteed themselves to be on the front page of this stats in 5th place, along with another 5, 6, 8 kills. Unzipped in 6th place with 3 kills. The Forsaken Gaming coming in 7th place, but getting 8 kills on that last match. So obviously working on his totals, and a total of 15 kills total. And then of course, OUTcast Bravo finished in 8th place with 7 kills. So I can't wait to see how these stats finish out, Voodoo, on who's coming in and how well he did, and also how it's going to affect these stats.
Absolutely.
It looks like the number 1 team going in there, they finished all the way. What place did they finish? They finished Let me, as I scroll through, scrolling
T4P, was it?
all the way in 19th place
position.
with 0
Damn.
kills. So they got themselves 1 placement point in that last match, and they were up by how many going in there? So as we go into this last thing, we're going to have to see how this is going to affect the overall scores. And it's huge because first place is 30 points, second place is 22. That 8-point difference is the biggest difference in between 2 positions of anywhere. So if they fall out of first place, they're gonna cost them 8 overall points, and whoever does get that first place just got them an extra 8 overall points. Those 8 overall points are so valuable.
Absolutely. We're gonna find out more about the live scorings pretty soon. Do we have Brownie and C-Dub hopping on after this ad, or are we just gonna wait for the live scores to hop on in?
We're gonna do the you turn in the scores. We'll have the final ad, then we'll talk about the match, about C-Dub's sunbathing and stuff like that, and then we'll be able to get those scores before we finish off this Monday night event 4 of 24 of the OUTcast Season 2 Scrim, sponsored by HyperX and Bobo Gaming Core. So and then we'll be able to talk to those guys to see what's going on, and before we finish off the night, sir.
Absolutely. So we'll be right back with the scores as soon as they're updated, and we'll have some more insights on the game as well. We'll have C-Dub and Brownie coming on in, and we need to talk about that sunbathing for sure. Let's see how that turns out. Of course. Give me a quick break, and I'll be right back with some more insights in the game, in the scrim, and in the season altogether. All right, that was some bunch of games right there, man. That was intense all the way through.
Excellent. I mean, I'm really surprised. I mean, it seems like every team had some good matches, some bad matches, and the as we look into these, are these the updated scores, or this stuff just through 3 rounds?
It would be interesting how that turned out after looking at T4P coming into game number 4, being on top of the scoreboard, but with that 16th position finish, or rather, was it 16th or 19th position finish?
19th place at 1 point. More importantly, the 1 point for the last match, when it was relatively close. As we see, as they do these scores, the race scores, or these still need to update? Yeah, these are the after 3 rounds that I'm seeing on your screen right now.
Yeah, these are round 3 still.
All right. So we do have the man known as the Sunbather, aka C-Dub. So COO of OUTcast Esports. So how did you enjoy that little sunbathing session in the north of Erangel?
It was good, needed some time to myself, some nice,
hit a little vacay,
some ocean breeze. Yeah, I dug it.
No, I didn't. Oh, geez.
Man, Jesus. Yeah, my iPad just about died.
So unfortunately, the computers died when we were going together for the 4th score. So unfortunately for
game 4 stats,
Brownie got the first 10 places for him scrolling on stream.
Oh, awesome.
And then what's gonna happen is Brownie is because he has nothing better to do. Will be up till like 6 in the morning.
Damn.
And to watch like the kill feed to see who killed when, because we just happened once before, but that he didn't get the top 10 teams, so we will be able to get maybe a partial finish for you. But again, if you want to know, it's nothing we post on here is gonna be official. You're gonna see it over on the OutcastEsports.com website. when you see that your team has 16 games played, then you'll know. Or yeah, 16 games. That's what I know that's been updated. If it hasn't, because as they enter the information, it constantly updates it. It updates it throughout the as enter more information. Is that correct, Mr. C-Dub? I'm not talking on my butt.
No, that's right. Just like literally as the scores are entered, it changes. So if we get to the first 10, it'll have that much on it.
Yeah. So what I do is these guys, I mean, are amazingly quick. I mean, shout out to Bliss. I can't Bliss. What is it? Bliss Esports.
Yes, sir.
And his design and stuff. I mean, it is so great. I wait till Monday morning, and then every time I go there Monday morning, it's all right there. I can cut up the stats. I can look at it different ways and know who's doing what. And I tell you what, I'm really interested in how this is going to look, because we've seen a lot of teams that we haven't seen that we thought were going to do well, maybe not doing as well, and some teams that we didn't think were going to do well coming out there, like OUTcast Bravo doing very, very well. Tequila Shots coming out of nowhere. We thought that we knew Forsaken Gaming would do well. We knew that SpaceX would do well, but there's some points coming around pretty much at the start of the season. How well do we think they were going to do? And then just for fun, a team that showed up on the occasional scrim, but not very often, played very, very well. Quack Fu, a team that showed up sparingly in the preseason, but comes in right at the season, and then this 8th place team, Villains, a team that either is going to come in 1st place or it seems like 15th place in a lot of these matches. 8th place, and Unzipped, who no one ever really thought Unzipped was going to be a top 10 team. And then what they do, they come in and play so well, especially after it's only Unzipped XL, when the Unzipped team kind of merged up with BDE to work with OUTcast Bravo. So a lot of great stories going on so far in this first week, and a lot of other teams just a few points away. If you look at these scores, a lot of teams are 1-2 points away, tied. Only difference is kills. So it's very, very close for a lot of these teams going into week 2 and then on from there.
Yeah, I mean, we were pumped last season how it was close there at the end for the first 3 to 4, or not first, but 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. It's looking like it's going to be like the top 8 are going to be tight.
I mean, right now you got like 1 point between 1st and 2nd, and then 9 between 2nd and 3rd, then only 3 or 4 between 3rd and 4th, and only 4 between 4th and 5th, and then it goes. There's a little bit of a drop off. There is a 19-point drop off between 5th and 6th, but then 6th and 7th is 1, 7th and 8th is 2, 8th and 9th is tied, 9th to 10th is 2 points, 10th and 11th is tied, and then down it's only 2 points to 12th, 4 points to 13th, 2 points, 1 point, 1 point, and then 15, 16, 17 is all tied up. I mean, it is one of these teams in the top 17 gets a 1st place finish, and then you're automatically top 5 right now. You're going to go to the top 5. If one of these teams, we've seen so many times, the team will come in here and just catch lightning in a bottle and get a 1st place finish that you didn't expect and rocket up the scores. So it's very, very close as of, and I'm just going to say close based on what we saw in this Monday match too. These a lot of teams did well, and a lot of teams didn't do well that we thought would have done well.
Absolutely. We're looking at the live scores right now, unofficial live scores right now. The first 10 teams, or at least the first page of those scores, are going to be more or less the same. But if there are some inconsistencies, make sure you guys hop on over to the OutcastEsports.com website, and you will be able to find that updated results by tomorrow morning for sure. But here are the scores as we have them right now.
Look at Spence pushing all the way up from 5th to 1st. That last match to take the victory. Again, these are unofficial. Brownie and those guys are going to scrub it again to get all the points. But Tequila Shots coming in 2nd.
Look at that points difference, though. There's 4-point difference between 1st and 2nd, and then 2nd and 3rd are even neck and neck.
So I mean, look at is the 2nd? Is there a tie for 2nd because the kills?
There's a tie for. Yes, it is.
So they're both going to get 22 points, I guess. Is that how we're doing it? I mean, the
for
price
what?
is the same. The points are the same. The chicken
well,
dinner is the same.
The kill breaks the tie.
The kills are the same.
Exactly the same.
Oh, they are?
Yep.
Oh, well then I guess so. Yeah.
Well,
So,
no,
yeah,
whoa. There's
I don't know.
that all depends. If one of those teams finished 16th or worse, there's a small tiebreaker built in that Bliss built into that. Like 16th is like say worse.
Well, that's probably why
Yeah.
50 points fell down to 3rd. But that's 3 points overall because they did have a 19th place finish in that last match. So that's second to third. That's 22 points for second. And that's only 19 points for third. That's a 3-point difference, which is huge. 3 points in overall standings is a huge amount of points.
Right. So, like, I mean, basically, it's like he did like a thousandth of a point. Like 16th is worth like however many points plus a couple thousand. Then 17th is worth a thousandth less. That way, it kind of helps break up those ties based on placement just a little bit. But it's so little that it would never be. It's negligible otherwise. So it'll all depend. Bliss is the man with the plan when it comes to that.
Well, I'm sure he's come up with a great plan. So again, this front page is unofficial. Again, once you see it on the website, it'll be that was our fault. The computer had a little snafu. It didn't capture all of it, so we'll take that for what it is as you move forward. But you know what? It's close. That's what it's telling me. Is that this is SpaceX is going to probably with that 30 points. SpaceX is going to probably go up to 91 points. Tequila Shots got 22. So they're going to move to probably around 74. And then Fisher Point's got third. That's 19. So they're going to have, 1181. So it's going to be just off a little scratch pad. It'll probably be SpaceX in first place with 91 overall points. Then Thirst for Points in second with 81. And then third place, Tequila Shots was 74. Going at least for the top three. So, I mean, still very, very, very close, and nowhere as near as what we were seeing last year, where winning 7 had like pretty much a 200-point lead, I think, after the second weekend. So it's great. But you know what? There's also a lot of other stories. We're going to be getting these stories as we're not just. One thing you're going to see is when we're dealing with these scrims is we don't just talk about the stories. First, second, third, fourth. We're talking about there are stories from 1st to 20th. Each team, and just right off the bat, who is this Just for Fun team? Who do they think they are? Why are they playing so well? Top 5 already. OUTcast Bravo, pretty much playing, pretty dang well when they finish today.
10th spot, more or less 10th spot. Yep.
But they are the 6th, and you know what? The big elephant in the room, which is of course OUTcast Alpha, a team that was finished the season in 5th place. The home team, as they say, not having such a great match, and currently before this, what we started today, they were in 12th place. So it looks like OUTcast Alpha is digging themselves a little bit of a hole after the first 4 events. Like I said, there's drama and stories in every single position in here. And we're gonna have to see, like this Autobots finishing ahead of the Misfire Ares team. How is that gonna go off? Is this Autobots going to finish better than the Misfire teams? Who knows? Which Misfire team is gonna score better? I don't know. So I mean, you don't just think we're gonna be talking about the top 5 teams. We're gonna be having interviews, discussions, and arguments about teams in first place, all the way down to teams in 20th place, most likely before the season's over.
Of course, we also have that giveaway going for 1 pack of MGC Claw Socks. Yeah, we got Claw Socks giveaway going on.
Did I win? I win?
Not yet. We're going to find out right now.
I'm about to tell you. Let's see.
I never win.
Oh, my God. What is it with Misfire people? Jesus.
Yes. Who won?
Well, technically, he's not.
Never mind. He's on Autobots.
Oh, he's got the Misfire touch then.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. Well, congratulations to Fat Boy. Congratulations on him getting himself a nice of those Claw Socks. He deserves it. It's just gonna make him better, which I don't really want to see. He's already good enough as it is. So if you could not send him those, send him some faulty ones that make him play worse if you could, because he's already too good. So congratulations to Fat Boy for winning those Claw Socks made with real silver. From our sponsors at Mobile Gaming Car. Again, thank you very, very much for Mobile Gaming Car for coming in and providing these Claw Socks for our viewers and our players and prize. And again, sponsored by HyperX, the absolute epitome of gaming equipment, everything you're going to need. I went over there and actually purchased a couple of things during their big Valentine's Day sale. It was very, very some really, really good prices. And again, all the information. If you want to have information about how this works, or how this works, either go to OutcastEsports.com or go to the OUTcast Discord. If you go through those 2 places, and you can't find your answer, which I sincerely doubt, you can DM me and ask me, and I'm going to show you where that answer is, because every answer you could want is out there. And also, before we forget, we've been trying to, we want to do some more clips of the match, clips of the week, and stuff like that. So if you're recording your gameplay, you get yourself a really good clip of something that was really awesome. There's going to be a channel on the Discord, if I'm not mistaken, for this. Brownie, is that correct?
We're gonna get that made tonight.
Brownie's gonna get that made, so it'll be clips that you can submit, and we're gonna look for the best. And also, if you see something in game, of course, clip it in game. That's the easiest way to do it. And we're gonna try to focus on seeing a lot of you guys' best plays as we start our scrims, and maybe highlight some of the best players in the scrims before we start. But again, I mean, I'm so excited. I mean, the excitement has not been. It's just amping up. I mean, it's amping up. People getting mad at each other, getting frustrated, getting excited. I mean, all these little things. Broda coming on and getting run over, not liking that, and then then them winning, and then still wanting to keep the thing. I mean, just so many stories, so much drama. I love it. I can't get enough of it. This is what you get when you come to OUTcast Esports, because we're not only just showing you the gameplay, we're giving you the story behind the story, and I think that's what makes it so much better.
Speaking of a lot of teams, I don't think... Hold on a minute. Speaking of a lot of teams, I don't think I saw Valhalla in there tonight at all, did I?
They haven't played in these, I don't think, at all.
Oh, man.
I mean, we have had some teams. We've had less teams. Less teams have played, but more players have played, because we've only had 27 teams out of... You can only have 24. As of before today. I don't know about today, but as of the first week, we had 27 teams. So that's only 3 teams that have missed stuff, and then 183 different players. That's a huge number, because we only had 541 total in season 1, and 81 teams.
Damn.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is partly because there's, as soon as I open sign up, like 20 people are sitting there, and it's the same 20 people every week. So all the same teams are playing every single night.
Yeah, and one thing I've been trying to talk to people. Again, I do not control lag. I have nothing to do with it. They don't play this game on my phone. So if you DM me or hit me up in my Discord, want to debate about the lag.
And
but one thing
it's
I'm
not
saying
on my
is
phone either, and it's not on C-Dub's phone.
20 teams, right, and 80 players. But now I've been watching some other scrims and stuff, and if you start with 80 or you start with 100. If you still have 50 players going into the 5th zone, it's going to be the same problem. People aren't going to play more aggressively because there's 80 players as opposed to when there's 100 or 90. It's all about how many people are available in the 5th and 6th zone. That's the number you have to worry about when it's 50 and 60 people, which is what, if you look back at OUTcast seasons in the past, when we've had 20 teams, when we've had 18 teams, when we've had 22 or 24, the amount of players that are in that 5th and 6th zone is always the same. That lag is still going to be there at the end of the match, no matter if you have 20 teams or 24 teams. But that seems to fall on deaf ears sometimes.
Well, so we did try something different, and obviously it's later in the night. People said there's less lag because it's after midnight on a Monday night. So we'll try the same thing that we tried Wednesday for the first match and see if it makes any difference. Like I said, the only difference it could possibly make is if we have more players that are closer to the West Coast server. So if that ends up being a help, we'll continue.
So you're going to use the East Coast server or West Coast servers on early, or the East Coast early?
Earlier, I'm on the East Coast.
Yes,
so
that's what I meant.
pinging to the East Coast.
Yeah,
C-Dub's in the middle of the country.
I can't get somebody close to the East Coast to me. I'm literally on the ocean shore.
Right. No. So yeah, I mean, so Brownie's is definitely connecting to East Coast. That's where the server's being hosted at. And so at 10 o'clock Eastern, for whatever reason, people are having a hard time getting connected with good ping to that server. So we're gonna give it a shot. Going over to the West Coast server earlier, so because then it'll be like 7 o'clock in the evening or something like that. Maybe that'll help out.
Well, wait a minute. I thought Brownie was from Uranus, so I thought they had a very good server.
Possibly.
As we go, I want to leave that bad joke to end the night. I'm done again. We have the COO and the COO, C-Dub and Brownie. We talk to him every single. After the scrims, after you get out the scores, again, go to OUTcastEsports.com over the next couple of days to get those scores. Go Wednesday morning. I'm pretty much going to guarantee you that the stats will be updated 100%. And also, thank you to our sponsors, HyperX and Mobile Gaming Core, for all those they provide. Make sure to head over to both their websites and get all the gaming gear that you could possibly want at the highest level of quality for the lowest prices possible. I mean, I don't know how they make any money, but it's not my concern. I'm not in their marketing.
Well, it's good marketing on their part. Well, with that said, and with all that set and done, we are gonna take your leave for now. It's been an amazing night for amazing action right here, and of course, a lot of changes in the top 3 slots, all the way from game 1 all the way to the end to game 4. We've seen these teams jump in and out of that top 3, top 5 positions. But tomorrow, the official scores will be out on the website. Make sure to check it out, and make sure you guys check out all the information that is provided over on the Twitter feed as well from OUTcast Media. Make sure you guys drop those follows, share the stream, and you can watch this stream again over on the Twitch channel later on as well. But for now, this is VoodooClaps taking your leave, of course, accompanied by Pickford, C-Dub, and Brownie. And we're gonna see you guys on Wednesday. Well, not me, but the rest 3 are gonna see you guys on Wednesday as well. And this is gonna be it for tonight. This is VoodooClaps signing out for now. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, and I hope you guys have a great and a blessed day ahead. Peace.
You still here, Voodoo? Hey, cool. Hey, were you able to get the